Yes, people, welcome back to Chelsea Perspective. Welcome back to another Blue Morning show, specifically another match review. Today we'll be reviewing Chelsea's 4-1 defeat of Burnley at a tough moor. It was a good game overall. I've watched it, you can say, 1,000 times. And for me, overall, it was you can say, an excellent performance. And no matter how, that's how I see it, in my opinion. I know people see it differently. But that's why we're here to talk about the game, analyze the events of the game one by one in detail, and also do the player ratings. I hope you're ready for it. So, but more importantly, I do hope you're all doing well. So sit back, relax, and let's get into the show. Yes, people, welcome back to Chelsea Perspective. I hope you're all doing well as usual. We're keeping interactive here. So first of all, I'm going to go ahead and say hello to those in the chat. Then we'll come back and start reviewing the match proper. I hope you're ready for it. And the first person is morning coach, and that's Santiago Muno. Santiago, I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show this morning, brother. My assistant in the chat. Jackson is growing, and Palmer proves me wrong. Always a good thing. Sometimes we suspect some certain players will not do well at Chelsea, and I appreciate it when somebody comes out openly and says, "Yeah, I didn't trust that player, but yeah, they're proving me wrong." It's a good thing. So we signed. For me, I've always said we signed a good player in Palmer, and some are saying we've got Kevin De Bruyne revenge, and I think so. He's an excellent player in my opinion. Hi everyone, big up. Yep. Okay, you're promoting Levy out. Look, man, Eunice, nice to see you here. Just keep it civil. It doesn't matter whether you're a Chelsea fan or not. And Santiago Mono is saying here, we'll play against a team like Burnley who play open football. That's why it's so easy to create the chances. I think I agree with you. As long as that's why I've always argued we'll do well against the big boys. We'll do well against teams that don't defend deep. And hopefully that'll give us the confidence to also do well against teams that defend deep or low block teams. Yeah, confidence can go a long way. Santiago Muno here says that the pattern of the game has started to form from the last three matches. We're not playing a possession, you can say baseless as possession football or attractive football, but counter pressing. And also, yeah, you can say but we pass the ball, but we still pass the ball with papers. Sometimes we deliberately, or you can say just pass it around, looking for the perfect time to to do some damage against the opposition. But that's, by the way, we'll move on from that. And Santiago Muno, more importantly, I do hope you're doing well. And GFC, Gavin, I hope you're doing well. Gavin, I appreciate you finding the time to join this morning. And when you get a chance, do share the link to your YouTube channel and ask people to go check it out. And before he does that, please click the three dots to his name. Click on go check out our YouTube channel. Do subscribe to his channel. Let's help him grow bigger and bigger. We're selfless here, and selflessness is the reason why we're growing. Hello, coach. Finally, we won. Yep, 3 games in a row. 2 Premier Leagues in a row, 1 cup game. It all counts, and that would do the players' confidence a world of good. And yeah. And TC, I hope you're doing well. It's been a minute. I know you've probably been busy with school and hardly you don't always have the time to be part of the conversation here, but I appreciate you finding the time to join. And before we continue, I want to take this opportunity to quickly appeal to those of you who are watching, but for one reason or the other, you're not able to participate in the show. Just know that we appreciate you because you watching does go a long way, but we want you to do us one favor, one tiny favor. Please do take a second to drop a like on the stream for us. That will go a long way. Let's see what else we have here. But thank you once more, TC. Pot seems to be getting it right. It cannot wait until we'll play. Yeah, let's see what happens the day we play, you guys. And Postacoglu seems to be, yeah, is doing a good job. You're topping the table now. Me as a rival, I hope it's a temporary thing. I hope you don't top the table till the end of the season. But jokes aside, I think you guys have been doing well. The man seems to know what he's doing, and plus, I think you guys made a few. It's not like you guys made changes, but not as many changes as Chelsea has made. But that's by the way. I appreciate you joining, Lukman. Good morning, my brothers. Good morning, Obi Madugba. Nice to see you, Obi. Obi-Wan, I appreciate you joining, brother. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, school, I totally understand. So yeah, be sure to be around next time when we do the monthly giveaway for the students. Hopefully, you'll be the lucky one to win that. Arsenal next. Yeah, I'm not concerned. I've always said those games that people think that the opposition will mop the floor with us or maybe batter us 8-0, 4-0. Those are the games I'm usually concerned. And why do I say that? Because those are the games that I usually believe will win. But the ones we think will beat them, will batter the opposition, or maybe mop the floor with them, those are the ones that I'm usually concerned. And why do I say that? That's because I strongly believe that Charity FC is well and truly in existence, and it's a mentality thing, for lack of a better way to define it. I think the fact that I'm saying that it's a mentality thing defines it up perfectly, in my opinion. And we have Chelsea Blue, he says, Coach, I feel we can draw or beat Arsenal, but not lose. I don't think we're losing that game. It's either it ends in a draw, where both teams, each again, they will score and we will score, or either we score first and they equalize. But I don't think they will batter us. Even if they end up winning, I don't think it will be like a floor mopping thing, for lack of a better term. So if you're watching, if you're in the chat, let's hear you. What do you make? What do you make of the what do you learn from the performance on the day? Santiago Muno, from his comments, he's saying again, given what he said in the chat, he's sensing that the pattern of play is starting to come together. He's seeing improvement from Nicholas Jackson, and he's been proven wrong by how well Cole Palmer has done so far. But in your case, I want to hear from you. What were your observations from the game? What did you learn from the game? Let's hear you. Soon we'll start looking at the numbers. But before you do that, TC also says that we should win. I hope so. But right now, while I wait to hear what you have to say in the chat, let's hear my brother from the medieval land, Tebago. Big up, brother. Let's hear you. Your observations from the game. What did you learn? Let's hear you, brother. Go there.
Raheem Sterling is top of the league. Raheem Sterling is top of the league. Raheem Sterling is top of the league.
Yeah.
Raheem Sterling. Ah man, good morning.
He won the game for us single-handedly, honestly.
Yeah, this is the Sterling show. This is the Sterling show. And sometimes I believe if a player plays very well, we should give that player his flowers, his praise, and everything, because he won the game because of he was involved during those 4 goals. Sometimes, yes, we be frustrated with Raheem Sterling, but he won us the game. That's what matters at the moment.
Yeah, he did. Let's pick it apart one by one. The deflected goal, the own goal, one, and then the second goal, he won us a penalty, and then he scored one, assisted by Conor Gallagher, and the fourth one, it was his brilliant run on the left flank, the one he ran down, like you say, and crossed it. Then Cole Palmer controlled it perfectly and laid it on the carpet for Nicholas Jackson. I think, yeah, he has a hand in on all the 4 goals we scored on the day. So it was his show. And had it not been for his brilliance on the day, this guy scored for us. Who knows? The outcome could have been different, or us losing. But sorry if you were still speaking. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I felt we didn't play very well, to be honest. Yeah, both halves, because Burnley were controlling most of the part of the game. But overall, what is made us always say this, coach, if you be clinical, we're gonna win games. So we had our chances, and then we were clinical, we won the game. That's what matters. Sometimes you don't have to play beautiful football in order to win games. So I'm glad we won the game. Hopefully our players during international break, They can be fit. They can come back without any injuries. Then we start our disaster of games, or should I say, hard games from Arsenal until I think it's Brighton, right? So hopefully they come fit so that we can have multiple choices in terms of players selections. So overall, I'm happy, but we are Chelsea. We fear no one.
I have to say this. I think people are saying we didn't play well in that game because we conceded first. Then our judgment for the entirety of the game, you can say, clouded by the fact that we conceded first, and that can be, you can say, emotionally driven. You can say emotionally driven comment with regards to the game. That's because we were losing at the time. But if you take your time to watch it severally, we actually played well. We started creating chances the moment the game started, but we conceded first. And to a lot of people, you can say it's hard to look beyond the fact that we consider first and be as objective as possible. For me, overall, we played well. I get it. Some people say during the first half we were just passing the ball around. I think that's a on its own. It's a strategy. We were just picking and choose at what point to attack it. Well, to be cautious about it. In my opinion, I've watched it more than 10 times, to be honest, and I think we did well overall. We actually played very well. One of the best we actually played on the ground, under what's his name, under Mauricio Pochettino, in my opinion. But because we considered first, some people usually don't get over that. But let's see what we have here. Our defense sometimes slip on their job. You could argue if that was the case. Opposition on how many occasions now? I think it's been up to 3 times that we were caught slipping. Not we weren't ready for the counter offense from the opposition. If you beat Arsenal, then I will be worried. And you think we can beat them? I think we can actually beat them. Those are the games you can say the big games. You Tottenham, Arsenal, Brighton. Those are the games that I'm really not concerned about. Because they will come to play. They have the confidence that that they can beat us. I don't see them defending deep, just to hit us on the counter. I see them coming out to play. Maybe Arsenal, because Arteta he's done that against Chelsea. Well, I think it was under Thomas Tuchel. We kept the ball better than they did, and they were comfortable soaking up the pressure and then hitting us on the break. Arteta, from what I've seen so far, I think he wants to win the season, win the trophy this season, and he doesn't mind playing dirty as long as he gets a result. He may well do that against us if he feels like you can say we've progressed and we're strong enough to beat them. He's going to be cautious, but let's see. Hopefully, they will come to play on the day. They will be there to play on the day, and with the confidence that they're going to beat us, I think I'd like that. And Tommy Bryan says, big up, coach. Whenever Chelsea won this season so far, they said it's just Luton, it's just Fulham, it's just Brighton, it's just Burnley. If we go and beat Arsenal, I wonder what they will say. Probably will say Arsenal didn't play well on the day. That's usually it. Yeah, when we beat Arsenal and beat them convincingly, if that happens, I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm not certain what's going to happen. You'd hear them saying Arsenal was poor on the day. Yeah, it was poor for him. It was poor Brighton in the cup game and all that. That happens all the time. But people do forget that when a team in some cases a team, you can say the opposition. If you play very well, that can start with the opposition and lead to them playing poorly. So yeah, so it'd be correct to say the opposition played poorly because the team that won played very well. That the opposition had no answer to how well the team that won played. But unfortunately, people don't see it like that. They will always find excuses. I hope it continues. I hope we continue to win and people continue to come up with excuses as to why we won, as to why you can say we were able to beat the team on the day. But thank you, Tommy Bryan. Always nice to see you. Virtual Oath Studios says Arsenal will give us chances. I think we can get a draw against Arsenal. Don't look that great. Here's the thing. That reminds me of the same thing we said during the pregame show against against Liverpool game. where we talked about us being clinical in front of goal. If we can take a bit, you can say take our chances, score goals when we create, we can put away our chances when we create them, when they come our way, then we should be able to beat them. Just let's just be clinical. I think we're seeing signs that we can only get better. I've been saying it. I'm seeing progress, and the truth remains. Had we been clinical in those games that we've lost, or in those games that ended in a draw, the outcome would be different, right? Would be better situated in the table right now, in my opinion. But let's see. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The question is, what were your observations from the game? What did you learn from the game? Let's hear you in the chat. I appreciate you all finding the time to join. And here we have Rick Kemp says we have we have to play Liverpool this season, so I'm pretty confident against Arsenal. We have played. I think that was what you meant to say there. Jorginho and Kai back at home. Yeah, we'll see. I hope we give them a whipping. I think they'd be at their best on the day, and I'm sure Arteta will start both. You can say just what's the term I'm looking for? Mind games. So to speak to them and say, show them what you're capable of doing, show them what they're missing. That sort of thing that Mourinho would do. But that's why the way I have my bro Jerry in the house. Much love to you, Jerry. I appreciate you finding the time to join. So Jerry, let's hear you. What were your observations from that game? What do you think? For me, I've watched it severally, and I think we played well overall. But usually, with Chelsea fans and a lot of people, the way they see football, because we conceded first, it doesn't matter if we beat them 6-0. They think we were lucky to have won. But the truth is, luck is part of the game. And overall, it was a convincing win. It wasn't like we drew. We say we equalized with that own goal and then scored one more, but we scored two more and could have scored even more on the day. But let's hear you, Jerry. Your observations from the game, and yeah, how well did you think we did on that day?
Good morning, coach. Good morning, good afternoon, chat.
Good morning, Jerry. I appreciate you finding the time to join. I hope you're doing well.
I'm doing great. Yeah,
Brilliant.
so if you remember, the last time I came on the show was during the halftime. So we had a bad start. We had a very average, lackluster first half. So, but of course, football is played over 90 minutes, right? It's not a halftime game. So if we analyze the game, if we see the game, of course, there are still many areas where we can improve. But we won the game, right? And it was, in my opinion, in what I saw the game, especially in the second half, it was a very controlled performance. And as far as the aspect, and some people, as you pointed out, are saying that we were lucky. So I don't know what they are implying, right? Is it does it has to do with the first goal, the own goal? I mean, it happens all the time in football. And if we had won, as you rightly said, if we had won 2-1, maybe we can say that we were just lucky, right? And maybe I would have agreed, because we can say that we were lucky as we got the first goal through the error of the defense of the defender, and then we
that's
scored
because
one
we were
goal.
pressuring them.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're pressuring them, and if you don't buy tickets, you're never going to win a lottery.
Right. So the thing is, we scored 4 goals, and the 3 goals we scored in the second half, none of them had to do anything with luck, right? So it was still not like a perfect half the way we wanted. But again, I think most of the fan base is not clear. They need to be clear that maybe they are fooling themselves. Before the game, they say we don't believe that we can beat Burnley, right? And when we win 4-1, they're still not satisfied. So I, as an analyst, as an observer myself, I see a huge disconnect with what fans expect. And when the team does much better than what they do, they still are not satisfied. So look, let me make it very simple. If we say that, is this team ready to beat Liverpool, City, challenge for the title? Of course not. In that context, the fans are right. The team is still not there, even though we won 4-1, 2-0 the last game. But when on the ground reality, and when every fan say it will be great if we can achieve and finish top 6, it will be great if we can have progress. And when we have made progress, okay, just for a short time, 2-3 games, but when we are on the road of something better, something improving, scoring goals which we were missing, so why we are not satisfied? Personally, I'm very satisfied, and this satisfied doesn't mean that I think that we will win the league or finish in the top four. It has to do with the natural progression, right? So coming back with the analysis of the game in the first half, of course, it was very lackluster. I was very concerned because after the Brighton and Fulham game, I thought that we are going back to the trend, the way we were playing in the first 6 games. When we were not clinical, we were playing more sideways. We were not having good first touch and creating less chances. So, but it all changed in the second half. It has nothing to do with the luck. We had a good start. Raheem Sterling made a great run, and we got the penalty on merit. So, Cole Palmer took the penalty. And of course, as everyone was surprised, I was not expecting it. But most probably, I would assume that Cole Palmer was chosen by Pochettino because most of these players take penalties regularly in training. So I believe he saw something, because it was clear the second that the referee signaled the penalty, Cole Palmer went and took the ball. So it was clear, it was already decided.
And what a way to also show the kid that he's important. You can say a confidence booster for him. But go ahead.
Absolutely, and you're right. And but I think he probably chose Cole Palmer because he was satisfied with his conversion, with the way he takes penalty in the training. And when Cole Palmer took the ball, and even though the ref took a long time because they were still checking for the for the possible penalty or not, right? So it took a long time, right? But if you see the expression and how calm Palmer was, he was just relaxed. He was just relaxed. And when he noticed it taking so long, he went again and he just felt the ball. He picked the ball, he put the ball again. It is a classic thing of how players try to relax, right? If it takes long, he took a few steps, touched the ball, picked the ball, and went back, right? So he was really calm and composed, a great penalty. And then, of course, after the second goal, we I won't say we completely dominated, but of course it was a dominating performance in terms of we scored 3 goals, and Burnley didn't create enough to put us in any sort of trouble. And again, Raheem Sterling played well. We have to give credit where it's due. He was really good in the second half. As bad, I would say.
It was his show. But let me let you drop. I think we'll talk about that. Was the next question I was going to ask you. If you read the title of this particular live stream, we were saying, it was Raheem Sterling's show. It was his show. He had a hand in all the goods. But let me let you drop, brother. Sorry for cutting you off.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. No, you're right. Of course, because you asked me about the game, so I was trying to analyze some key moments of the games. So I was trying to review the game, right, in as short as possible, because over the 90 minutes there were, of course, a lot of things we can talk about. So Raheem Sterling, because most of the people, again, right, they have the right, including myself. I'm not a huge fan of Raheem Sterling, but I never criticize him the way people criticize him. Briefly, the only thing is that most of us, even the people who are in favor of Sterling and who are not, would agree that he is a very good player on his day, right? The only issue is that he's not consistent. For Chelsea or any team to get the best out of a player, the player needs to be consistent. So there was just a season or two he was very consistent with Manchester City, and then it didn't happen, right? So he would be, let's say, very good in half of the season, not good in half of the season. So that is why I can understand the frustration of the player. But more and more, if we see after the horrible preseason Sterling had, he had a very good start. First 3 games, he had a good start. Again, his form dipped after the first 3 games. But it was really good to see, very refreshing for him to play this way. We can only hope. And we need him because we don't have experience, right? We need someone with some experience, with some belief, because the young players, it lifts the mood of the young players as well. So he was really good the way he took this third goal. He was very clinical, he made a great run. And Caicedo was also instrumental with the first, the way he took the ball, where he made the made the challenge. And for the fourth goal, again, it was really a textbook goal, a traditional textbook football goal, how Raheem Sterling passed from the side and how Cole Palmer took it. They took their time. Jackson went into the right position, and how beautifully Jackson took the ball. He moved, he curled, and hit it right into the spot. So it looked really good. It's good because we scored 4 goals. It will increase the confidence for sure. And now all we needed is to be very honest with us, the fan base, after the loss to Aston Villa. All we were hoping was to go in the most perfect thing we wished for was to have a 3-game winning streak, Brighton, Fulham, and Burnley. And we achieved that. And we played well. We didn't play really well in all areas in most of the times, but generally we had a good game. We played the game against Brighton was even. The game against Fulham, we were absolutely dominant in the first half. Second half was a different strategy. We were like trying to see off the game, and in the game against Burnley, in the first half we could not dictate the game. We could not have the possession and the structure. But the good thing is, of course, it's a new squad, new team they're developing. But the good thing is, after conceding the goal, we came back. Okay, the first goal was an own goal, but we came back, we held the nerves, and we went on to win the game. So it's a great sign for now, and all we can be is happy and expect us to improve. And there's a lot to talk about the games coming after the international break. So
yeah. I'll come back to you again. And TC here says we have Enzo and Moses, both are very good players. Just play them. And then again, you can say Moses can say that he's shown that lone DM role. He's perfect at it, and I didn't know he was that. His passing, he was that good at passing. Honestly, he's shown that he has a good passing range in him, and he's been very good in picking up excellent passes. Displacing the opposition with his long balls and all that. I still think Sterling is not a team player. Where his assist or here's the thing. I'm gonna say this. No matter how you see it, I think it's more of you can say it's more of a finisher than he is a creator. Raheem Sterling again, he doesn't create much. If I start seeing that, I'll take it. Maybe correct me if I'm wrong. From what I know from him, it's more like a finisher than he is a creator. Like the stream, guys, keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes will go along with Chelsea 1. If you're happy that's the case, so please keep dropping the likes on the stream. Palmer wasn't very good in the last game, but everyone praises him. He was good. But you will all see things from different lenses, and you have every right to argue that he didn't do well. But in my opinion, I think he did well. But he looked a bit tired. Maybe the kids needs a rest. There are 2 instances I saw that I did see something that showed, the kid needs a bit of a break, or maybe. In my opinion, Palmer had a good game. I think he did. In my opinion, okay, let's see. I blame Jackson and Sterling for Villa loss. I think the misses on the day, and you can say the poor performance from Sterling on the day. But still, we move on from that one. And Ty, nice to see you here. I hope you're doing well. You know what to do. I don't have to say that all the time. You're a moderator. You can always share that. Just tell people what to do. But more importantly, big up to you. Let's see what else we have here. My observation: this midfield 3 is what we need against the big boys with the low block team. We need a creative midfielder. And if we're going to be playing Gallagher, we need to be going with a midfield of 3 and Gallagher on the flanks. Gallagher centrally, you can say, will not be as effective as he can be when he plays on the flank. You can say right midfield, or you can call it a CM. We've talked about that 1,000 times. He played there for Crystal Palace, and throughout the season, he was brilliant for them. It wasn't like he was in and out. It wasn't like he was in and out of form. But so, on 2 occasions now, we played with the same structure. And in those 2 games, I think he's done quite well, in my opinion. Let's hear you, Tebago, if you're still there. Raheem Sterling, it was his show. Honestly, it was this Raheem Sterling's show. It was Raheem Sterling's, you can say, he can say it was Raheem Sterling's inspired win. Maybe during the game, it's difficult, even because he made some mistake. He wasn't perfect, but still, I'd still say he was the reason why we won the game. Not every other player on the day, you can say they all did well. As a unit, we played well. But that game, that particular game, as much as I don't, Raheem Sterling isn't my favorite player at Chelsea. It was his game. It was his push. You can say his runs that led to us. That led to them conceding an own goal. He won us a penalty kick, and he scored the third goal. And then it was this run. He put in that cross that landed on the feet that Cole Palmer controlled, and then laid it on the carpet for Nicholas Jackson. It was overall Raheem Sterling's show, in my opinion. But let's hear you, Tebago, if you're there.
Yeah, I'm here. The only thing that I was frustrated with Sterling, the pass from Disasi, a delicious pass from Disasi, and then he couldn't control it to score it. So that's
You mean the ball in the air from a deep the defensive area. I think yeah, go ahead. That one too, but
yes.
we can forgive him for that, because if you know Sterling,
Yes.
once the ball goes up in the air, forget about it. Even if he was alone and it took the defensive, you can say the opposition players 5 years to get to him, he's still not getting you still not get the ball in control until the ball stops bouncing, unfortunately. But go ahead.
Yes, that is the only annoying part of what he did that game. But overall, oh man, what a performance from Raheem Sterling. And also, I think fans and also me are frustrated with Raheem Sterling because he's not consistent enough. So that this is what we want from him. I know sometimes consistent. He won't be consistent. I mean, he won't be consistent every game. But again, we need him more than anything because you have so many kids that sometimes we cannot rely on them. So when Sterling is there, we need him to step it up to show these kids that what can we do to win these games. So overall, I'm happy with his performance. And then please, Southgate, don't call him. Even though England get an injury, don't call him. Don't call him because you're disrespecting the guy. He's done so many good things for England, but yet again, Southgate disrespect this guy. So hopefully he stay recovered, working on his fitness. Then we face Arsenal. And then if you can get the Sterling of Burnley against Arsenal, oh God, Raya, may God bless you.
Why do you think he did as well as he did in that game? Would you say it's because he's played on the left hand side? That may well be the case, and he's talked about it too. That it's a position that he's familiar with. What do you think? Let's hear you. If you have anything to add to that.
Me or Jersey?
Yeah. Okay. You go ahead. Do you think it's because he played on the left hand side?
No, I think Sterling can play both sides. Remember the game he played against Luton? He was playing on the other side, and he was so good that game. So overall, in terms of Raheem Sterling experience, he can play both sides. So what he did against Burnley, what I liked, he was more direct. He was taking out defenders left and right, which is his abilities. We need more from that, from Sterling. Hopefully, Mudrik can learn a lot of things from Sterling.
Jerry, do you think he was that good because he played on the left, and you've heard me say he's talked about it too, how it's a familiar position to him. So do you think that was the reason why he did as well as he did on the day?
It could be a reason because I have, of course, followed Sterling over the last many years when he played for Liverpool, City, and now with Chelsea and England also. So he has played in both positions, right? Mostly he has played on the left side, but he has also been successful at the right side, playing on the different side. So this is something we have to look into the data, and we need some stats to see how his performance has been. But on the eye, it looks more fluid when he plays at this position, especially when he cuts inside out. So it gives him another area to attack the goal, because from the right side, we don't really see him like making the runs and cutting the players inside out, because he would mostly try to take the players 1v1, or if they are different kind of defenders, he will try to maneuver and penetrate and then try to hit. But from this side, left left hand side. It is like he gets. We have seen so many goals and many crosses from Sterling when he cuts them like a traditional player moving, going inside out and trying to hit the top right side of the goal. It could be, but it's just one game, so I cannot say that this is the reason why he played so well. Because again, in the first half, he was struggling in a way to be effective. He was playing well, he was making nice runs. So just one game, and again, with all due respect, we have to see that we played Burnley, right? One of the lowest ranked team, and a team that will allow us spaces and allow us chances. So we have to see again. But the most interesting question is, because now we can see it's not a certainty, but Cole Palmer is probably start on the right side, right? Because he's been playing well. So given that, we have, when Modric will definitely should be completely fit for the game against Arsenal. So it becomes an interesting debate, because if Sterling is playing well and has played so well in this game, so what will happen moving forward? Because this is the exact position where Modric starts. So this is going to be an interesting debate, and let's see what happens.
All right, thanks so much. I appreciate that. Constantine Dante or Angola Dante, whichever one you prefer. Hello to you too, brother. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you joining. Let's see your observations from the game. Check Titux player profile video and Angela Gabriel's video. Here's a link. I think you will enjoy it. It will help you understand how Angela Gabriel applies himself whenever he's on the pitch. You should go watch it. Believe me, he has all the profile video also that you can see there. Hopefully he has, I haven't checked if he has a playlist for the profile videos he's doing, but go check it out. You will not regret it. Big up to you to Chelsea all the way. I appreciate you finding the time to join. Let's see. If you like what you see, please consider subscribing to Titux YouTube channel. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the channel, people. The likes will go a long way. And Ty has shared the link to his YouTube channel. Please go check it out. Be sure to subscribe and let him know I sent you. And Almira Abebe says, what is news about Chelsea injury update? I think we'll look at that in a bit. Nothing new. I think a lot of players will come back this month, towards the end of the month. I think about 2-3 players will be available for selection. I think so. By the time.
The most important player, and our captain Reece James, he's back.
Yeah, he's back, and Badiashile probably will be back soon. Who else will be back soon? I don't think any other player. Connie Chukwuemeka is already back. Nani Madueke is already back. Nkunku, you could say, is Nkunku and Ben Chilwell is the high-profile names players that will be back. No, Ben Chilwell 2 months, around December. Nkunku, I think, what month? Is it December again? I'm not too sure when he comes back, but we'll find a way to look at that before the show. Sorry?
Nkunku will be available from December.
Okay, from December. Yeah, okay. So anything else we'll let you know. Sterling, one good game. No, give him credit for that one good game. And since the season started, it's been, you can say, a total of 3 good games, or maybe 4 actually, correct me if I'm wrong. It doesn't matter. Give him credit for that one good game. That's what we're saying. We've always known. And for instance, if you ask Constantine Dante, he will tell you every 7 games, Sterling is due for a good performance. What we ask of Sterling is consistency. Lead by example. He can lead by example whenever he wants, but we want him to do that consistently. If we can do that consistently, then we have ourselves a top player. But he hasn't done it consistently. It's been today. He's one of our best players. And then the next 7 games, you won't see him anywhere. So hopefully, if playing on the left-hand side is what brings out the best in him, let the manager do that consistently so that we can get consistency from him, in my opinion. And Constantine Dante says there was a lot of wrong things he did, but just covered by good things. Yeah, exactly. I'll take that. Here's the thing. When players do, you can say, wrongs and do, you can say, I would say, in my opinion, he did more good than wrong. Honestly, I now take that. Covered by his good things he did. He, of course, deserves praise of a performance, but not not every 8 games. I think I understand that, and you've said that 1,000 times. The issue is lack of consistency. He performs today, and then he'll be found wanting for the next 7 games. And yeah, and you did say, I credit to you because you did say during the pregame show that he's due for a performance. And yeah, lo and behold, you can say he carried the team on his shoulder on the day. And let's not forget how brilliant Moses Caicedo was as the sitting six. He won a lot of ball, and one of his one that he won was the one. He won one that he poked it. He was on the ground on the carpet. He poked it to Conor Gallagher, who then found Raheem Sterling, who made a good run into the box. So I agree with you. He deserves praise. So thank you for saying that.
Move, Caicedo's move was a typical street South American football style.
Yeah. Sterling is more efficient on the left, as I said, but can play on the right too, but more efficient on the left. So if that's the case, let the manager play consistently on the left whenever he's on the pitch, so that we can get, maybe that would lead to us, you can say, getting consistency out of him. That will go a long way.
Coach. So what about Modric then?
He gets a chance. I'm getting feedback from the other end. If we can have two good players that can play on that left hand side and do well, yeah, it's a good thing for us. It's a good problem to have.
But the follow-up thing is that Modric has finally found form, and like if Pochettino prefers to start Sterling on the left, like it's a very close call, right? Because Modric also needs game time. So of course
Modric can also play on the right hand side.
Yeah, but it's like a very interesting thing, and we have to analyze. What I'm trying to say is that it can really affect the whole momentum if Modric won't be getting game time, right? And if you said on the right side, where I don't see Cole Palmer moving in any other position, in my opinion.
He can play as a 10. Or how about the argument, maybe the how to get the best out of Raheem Sterling is benching.
We'll analyze and see when the time is. But this is
getting feedback from your end, Tebago.
Can you hear me now?
We're getting feedback. That's not about hearing you.
Okay, let me go back. I'll come back.
How about if the argument is that we get the best out of Raheem Sterling by resting him every now and then bringing him back into the team? That may well be the solution. He may.
Yeah,
I don't know if you get my opinion. Yeah, because no player can play every game. They're not
just like the Fulham game, right? No, it's a good idea. That's great. I think this is one of the solutions, like the Fulham game when Raheem Sterling was on the bench. But again, there was this rumor, which was not confirmed, that he had some flu or some illness. So, yeah. But in my opinion, of course, we have to analyze. The time will tell when the Arsenal game will come. But Modric is very important for the present and the future. And now he's performing well. And the only one thing that we don't want to do, or the coaching staff would not like to do, is for Modric to not get the momentum, to feel that he is not, he doesn't merit the start, or, because he is a guy, Modric at this point of his career needs backing, needs the trust of the board. So, and of course, Sterling, because of his performance, merit start. If given that, Cole Palmer will start on the right hand side, then of course there's only one place for Sterling on Modric. So, but looking at the other side, it's a good thing. Also, it's a good thing because now we have options, right? So the job of Pochettino gets more difficult, and I hope he'll make the right choice, the right call. So it's interesting. There are plus and minus for both of it, but Modric, the development of Modric and the future of Modric is important. So Pochettino would need to balance. Again, we are assuming, let me be clear, we are assuming that Sterling would now be preferred on the left. So if that is the case, then of course it will be a battle between Sterling and Modric. And I think more than anything, it's good for us if we have competition at a place.
Yeah, I just hope the manager finds a way to make it work. I think you explained it perfectly. Modric needs to be playing. He's young. He's the present and the future. Sterling doesn't have much left, but his experience is very well needed. For me, he's the most experienced player we have right now. He's in the attacking area. Overall for the team, it is Thiago Silva, of course. Let me see. Smash a like button, people, and also do subscribe to the channel. If we have 28 likes, we can do better than that. Hey to you too, Edgar Parker. I hope you're doing well. Hello, Kim. So I appreciate you finding the time to join. And finally, a win. Not finally, we won 3 in a row. Were you under the rock? Have you been under the rock, Kim? So, but nice to see you, Kim. So, let's see Chelsea against Arsenal. Yeah, of course, but give us credit. We've 1-1 right now. And Dante, and you just subscribed to Titus YouTube channel. I appreciate you doing that. CFC Gavin, GFC Gavin, and Gavin, whenever you get a chance to share the link to your channel so people can go check it out. But more importantly, I do hope you're doing well, and thank you for subscribing. Let's see. You guys need to learn to. You can always share the link to your channel. Tell people what to do. I don't have to talk about it all the time because I have a show to host. More importantly, and it can be tiring reading all these comments. Sterling next game flop. I hope it doesn't. I want us to get consistency out of him. Sterling on his day can be again can help you win a game. Hit the like button, people, and also do subscribe to the channel. If you haven't 28 likes, we should be doing better than that. These run of fixtures are coming up. We will see who the frauds are in our team. I thought the game against Brighton we were saying that was the game that was going to show us how good we are. Even the Fulham's game, people thought it was going to be a difficult game for us because they were there above us in the table. And Tebago shared the link to his YouTube channel. Please go check it out. Be sure to subscribe. Selflessness is the reason why we're growing together. And Tebago needs to reach 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible. We can make that happen for him. He's been creating a lot of good YouTube shots. Go check it out and be sure to subscribe there. Let's see what else we have here. Please subscribe. Yep, go check it out. Back your players. If they play well, so I'm saying Sterling hot and cold, but back Mudryk as if he's been hot all along. We never learn. I think Mudryk's case is different. Sterling's case is different. We know what he's capable of doing, but has he done it consistently? Would say no. And predictably, Constantine Dante was able to predict he was going to perform on the day, and he did. But we want him to perform consistently. And Caicedo was excellent. Let's not forget that. He was excellent on the day. He's settled in quickly, and we're not hearing much from the opposition fans saying no refund, especially the Brighton Butler guy, no refund of payment. No refund after payment and all that. Some making fun of us, how much we paid for him. But I think it's worth it. Do I think we overpaid? Yeah, I think we did. But he's worth it. He's just 21. So a lot to do for us. Let's see what else we have here. In this team, the only players I trust is Caicedo, Sterling, Silva, James, and Cowell, because they've done well in the Premier League. The rest I am watching. You have every right to do so. Let's see how that goes. So good morning, coach, and everyone in the community. A lot of people, my bro. Soon the work will start again. Get to see your YouTube channel. We will work on it in due time. Maybe this, you can say, international break will give us time to work on your YouTube channel to get it as ready as you'd like it to be, so that people can see it. And you're now again in the group, the panelist group. So if you want to hop on and give us your 2 cents, that would be good. Yeah, but Sterling starts, even though invisible 7-8 games in a row. Mudryk has not been given that opportunity. That's why I said I think their case is differ. But that's why the way we'll move on from that. Mesole, nice to see you in Jersey. Also, please, he says, please consider showing your support by liking, subscribing, and sharing the content on your social media. We'd really appreciate that to help us reach more people. Interesting conversation. This interesting one indeed. Question for the panel. What the run of fixtures are coming up? Had it been all Chelsea players are fit and ready to go, would you be worried? Even with the players we currently have right now, I won't be worried. I won't. Just to be honest with you. Even without Nkunku coming back or Regimes coming back, I will not be worried. Chances are, those players are saying if they come back immediately, get into the team, you can say they can lead to us being a bit dysfunctional because they've not been playing with the team for a while. And I don't even think those players, the manager will rush them back once they come back. No. Who do we have out now? Is this, you can say, high-profile names we have out? It's just Benchewell, Christopher Nkunku, and Reece James. Look how well we've done in the absence of James. I hope he plays against Arsenal. Maybe we get to see much quicker centre backs. Thiago Silva, as much as I like him, I think Arsenal will target him on the day because of lack of pace. And we can still play him, but I see him starting that game because we have 2 weeks of break, and then the manager will feel like he's well rested and ready to play. But let's hear you, Tebago. You wanted to add to that. You wanted to say something.
Can you hear me now clearly?
Yeah, Crystal clear. We're not getting the feedback. The issue was the feedback.
Oh, okay, no problem.
Yeah, not that we couldn't hear you.
I agree with you, Coach. Even though we don't have a fully fit squad, as I said, I fear no team because the issue we're having it from start of the season, we are not clinical yet. So that's the issue that we've been having. So now we're starting to be clinical. That's where I can say I want any team. And then also this challenge of the next coming up fixtures. This is what we need. It will show us where we are at the moment after those run of fixtures, and then we can also observe or analyze what we should do in terms of improving from those games. So as much I hate it, but at the same time I like it so that we can analyze our squad. Are they ready? Are these kids ready for a challenge or not? So I'm happy about it.
Yeah,
So
I think they're ready.
if I can add to the question,
yeah, go ahead.
That Chelsea all the way asked. Sorry, Coach, you can complete your.
No,
sentence.
Go ahead, brother.
So, in my opinion and the way I follow football, or I have seen football over the last many years, I think this narrative is false that what will happen after the international break, we have difficult fixtures. And in my opinion, it first started when the draws were made. Just to make it short and to the point, when the draws were made, I don't remember, it was Sky or some other channel, right on the day when the fixtures were announced, the Premier League fixtures. So this was the ESPN or Sky, sorry, I don't remember, so I cannot quote some top media outlet. They, on the day of the fixtures, they, even before we started our first game, and not that we had a bad start, just before the game, before the Premier League started, they put this run of fixtures that after this time, from 21st October all the way till the first or second week of December, our run of fixtures will be difficult. And then I saw that without taking name, of course, because we are professional, we don't have to take names. Most of the top in the way, the ones who are in demand, Chelsea Twitter handles and Chelsea YouTube channels and other platform, this went on like this. They took this narrative and all of them shared. So this narrative became like a marketing thing or something to be talked about. So and then this is after our first 6 games, and where we only won the one game. So this became so important. So everyone started feeling it, right? So it became more of a thing that could be sold, in my opinion, that this is some interesting narrative as a content creator. Anyhow, this is my opinion on that aspect. Now, talking professionally, this is something talking about why this is so much discussed about in the terms of marketing, content creation, and how people took this narrative. Now, professionally talking about it, the way I see football, the way I follow football, I don't believe taking a set of 8 to 10 games and saying because we were bad, because we are here, because we have injuries, in the next 8 to 10 games, most of the teams will play our teams in the top 4, top 5. So we will struggle. So I think this has never worked like this in football. It could be true. It could be the way. This is just one way that we can maybe struggle. But never ever I have seen taking a set of 8 to 10 games and making a conclusion because we are struggling or because we didn't have a good start, we'll struggle. So what I'll do when I go, as we progress, I'll take, or I always do, is take game by game. So for instance, just to wind this conversation, let's say of course Arsenal will be favorites. Let me be clear on we have every chance to beat them. Arsenal will be favorites. Let's say if we beat Arsenal, You see, the whole narrative will change. So the thing is, let's see how we do against Arsenal, Brentford. Let's see the first 1-2 games, right? So then it will dictate how we cannot say that we will struggle against Arsenal, Tottenham, United, Newcastle City because they are better than us or because they have coaches that are there for 3-4 years. So this narrative is never worked in football. This is just a correlation. This is just an assumption because we are here, we have a new squad, we will struggle against them. So I don't believe in this narrative. This is a possibility, though. It can happen. But again, it will all come down to how we progress, how we'll perform against Arsenal, Brentford. If we struggle there, and eventually our third game against Tottenham, then we can say that there's a huge chance we can struggle in the coming fixtures in November and December. But now, especially after this good little run, this doesn't make any scientific sense, any rational sense, any footballing sense to take 10 games as a whole, right, and make a conclusion that, oh my God, we are doomed, right? We are gone. We'll struggle. Any chance for top 6 and 4 is gone. No, not at all. But of course, it's a possibility. It's a fear. It's a concern. But we have to see game by game. This is the way I see it.
Yep. Thank you so much. I appreciate you with that contribution. So we'll move on from that one quickly. I'm going to try to get to the very bottom so we can start reviewing the match proper and then get into player ratings. So I hope Pochettino play Colwell left back versus Arsenal because Saka will cook him. I think I'm starting to learn gradually. I'm not going to talk about it right now. How he is, you can say he's very comfortable playing him in that position. It's not about him really defending there. Sometimes, again, he's usually further forward, but we'll talk about that more. I want to learn more about the application of how Colwell, you can say, how he fulfills that role. The Burnley winger was cooking Colwell as he was average. Wow. Okay, let's drop Starling and start Mudryk for 8 games and see what happens. That's not what we're arguing. We're just saying what we've been witnessing. When the manager plays Show on the left instead of Mudryk, that says a lot. But that's not what we're saying here. The argument is that Starling has never been consistent. We're praying and hoping he becomes consistent and performs consistently. That's what we want to see. And Chelsea says, I always preferred Starling on left wing. It was all about finding who can fill in on right wing for us. I think Palmer has unlocked that for himself. And maybe he moves to centrally as a 10. But the manager, he will have some headache by the time all injured players are back. But that's a good problem to have. Yeah, the Arsenal game, I worry there's a chance with matchups that cook. So let's see what the manager does there. Maybe he goes with 2 6s, but I still say we stick with the 4-3-3 structure. Has worked perfectly. And good day to you to Supreme Quas. Gusto is back. Maybe Kukurea back on left back. Maybe. Let's see. Or maybe the manager will keep playing him on the right hand side, but we'll find out sooner than later. Mudryk has been in the gym every day for 12 hours a day the last week. The Sassi replaced the Kunde for France and in international match day. I mean, that shows he's done well for himself. The Sassi is a good player. Kunde is also a good player, but I take the Sassi anytime, any day from what I've seen so far. I liked Kunde, but I've taken my time to compare the two, and I will take the Sassi anytime, any day. So he replaced him. Good luck to him. I hope he does well for the French national team. Just give me a second here. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping, but Tango Rido, nice to see you. More importantly, he's trying. Just give me a second here. I'm messing things up on the other window. Okay. This says he's trying to bulk up for this physical league. I think he's bulked up enough. I don't want him to do it. You can say to the what's his name, the former Wolves player. To that measure, to me, that may well affect his ability to play football really, and that he start looking like a wrestler rather than a footballer. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. The Burnley win, I feel, was crucial given the incoming run of games. So I still think we have a long way to go, no question. But we're seeing progress. And as Adebayo Makunju would say if he was here, winning is a habit and vice versa. Losing can also become a habit. So A win is a win. It doesn't matter who you beat. And after all, you say teams like Burnley, bottom table teams or mid-table teams are usually teams we lose to. So to me, it's a good sign. The mentality is changing. At first, I thought that was going to be the case. I thought maybe we came into the game with the mindset that we've already won because they are and one of the three bottom teams at the time. But we came back. We showed character, which is one of the things you need to do well in the Premier League. I cannot lie. Palmer is growing on me. I don't need. I've always known he's a good player, in my opinion, but we see things differently. Sorry to bother the panel again. Pound for pound, is Arsenal first 11 better than Chelsea's first 11? Here's the thing. If we're being honest here, they're playing as a unit right now. But I'm quite sure if you show some managers and say, you can say, pick which of the teams you'd like in terms of talents, they will always pick Chelsea. I think we have a better talent, in my opinion, than Arsenal, but they have a team. We don't have a team yet. We're still a work in progress.
They're playing together under the same manager with fewer signings, like in normal how it does with the team. 1 or 2, 3 signings, not selling players left, right, and center. Arteta is there for what, 3.5 years? I forgot the exact time, something like that, right? So in that context, the team, they have gelled, they have played well, and they had 2 or 3 very.
The language I was looking is that they have gelled. We haven't.
But I'll agree. Definitely, we have pound to pound. I think it's clear. Like pound to pound, we have definitely a better squad. But most of the individuals have not played with each other. They have just seen each other in the last month or 6 weeks for the first time in their lives. So you can understand what I'm trying to say.
If you like, you can say they have a unit. We don't. We have players. So you can say we have an excellent squad, but we don't play as a. We still have a long way to go to start playing as a unit. They have a team. We don't have one yet. That's the argument. But if let's say this team we've been together as long as they've been together, not that they we don't make. You can say you would be better off. In so honestly, I don't think they have the sort of squad we have, in my opinion. That's just not me being biased. I'm just telling you. But right now, some managers will prefer Arsenal, because they're ready. But at this point, you can say we're not ready. If that makes sense. Let's see what else we have here. But good question there. I like that. And let's see what else we have. Defeating Arsenal will send a strong message to the rest of the big clubs. But we shouldn't go into that game with the mindset we've already won it. We have to go into that game with the mindset that we have work to do. We have to work for a win to get a win on the day.
And just one thing, we can, of course. Sorry, really sorry to interrupt. One thing, just one thing, so people can understand. They have every right to be concerned, and myself, it's not that I'm overly confident we'll do well and beat all of these teams. Again, we were more raw, right? In the very first game against Liverpool, who is, in my opinion, much better than Arsenal. Many people might disagree. Liverpool, in my opinion, is a much better squad than Arsenal. So we did very well against them. So why we cannot, why we think we don't have a chance, or it will be very tough? Of course, it could be. It will come down to, we'll discuss that when the time will come. But my reference is that, see, we played very well against Liverpool after the first 30 minutes. So there's all the chance that we can do well. So it's nothing is to suggest that it will be a very tough evening and that Arsenal will dominate us. So this is what I'm trying to imply, and just to give the reference of the Liverpool game.
Yeah, thank you for that. Sterling won't become consistent. He always been like this. But at this point, that's the best we are going to get in the attack. We will have to work with and hope he can perform in the big games. I hope so. Enzo Fernandez needs to step up. I've not been pleased with him lately. I think probably tired. Probably he needs a break. In my opinion, Arteta out was happening 2 years ago, or a year and a half. Actually, Pochettino has had a better start than Arteta did when he started. In my opinion, correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I have to look at it to see if I'm wrong. We don't have a better squad than Arsenal currently. I think you're saying the same thing currently, which means I think you agree that we have players that are capable of doing better than the Arsenal team, but we need time to get to the level at which they are. We're not the units yet. a player of a team of individuals at this point. Arsenal have weaknesses in them. Every team does have one. I think if Pochettino brings in his A game, we can beat them. But it's a tough ask. I think we're capable of beating them. I don't think it doesn't have to be pretty, if you ask me. In my opinion, that's true. Arsenal have bonded together, and Arteta is in his a fourth year on the job, and they haven't made too many changes. That's the point. Thank you, and that goes a long way. Imagine when Potter stays 4 years, how the team will bond. Exactly, that's the point. And thank you for elaborating on that. We have potential. They have, they have win now. I think, exactly. We have a potential just like they had 2-3 years ago. They had a lot of young players, a lot of inexperienced players, but those players, they've gathered enough experience that they've become stronger and all that. But we're not there yet. But we can still. That doesn't mean we cannot beat them with the current team we have. We can. If we go to the game with the mindset that we have work to do, we have to work for a win, and the manager tactically does his homework, studies the Arsenal team, and he takes his time to study the Arsenal team and find out their weaknesses and exploit that. Then we do really well. So let's get into looking at the numbers on the day. Let's look at it. I don't know if I've asked you that question. I think you've talked about him, Tebago, how good Raheem was on the day. I think he was excellent. For me, as much as he's not one of my favorite players at Chelsea, but boy, it was his show. He won us the game. He had a hand in all 4 goals that we scored on the day. All I ask of him is consistency. And if you were in the chat and you asked about injuries, let's go for it. Malangsa, I'm not sure we don't need that one. Wesley Fofana, you know about that cruciate ligament injury, late March 2024. Trevor Chalobah, doubtful. What date? So which means he's probably back in full training and will be available for selection soon. Romeo Lavia, late October. I'm hopeful for this, but I don't think we'd see Lavia in October, probably around November period, because Pochettino will take his time. And in the midfield area, we have numbers there. Reece James, a few days, he's ready. Could have played against Burnley, if you ask me. Bertinelli, a few days. Christopher Nkunku, early November, probably around December before we'll see him. Benoit Boteshila, I think he's ready now, in my opinion. A few days, it says. Ben Chilwell, early December 2023, unfortunately. Let's see. So let's look at the numbers, the statistics here. Let's move further down. Where am I not saying it here? Just give me a few seconds here. Yep. 62% possession to theirs 38. XG 1.86 to theirs of 0.75. Total shots, 9 shots in total, and they had 10 shots. Wow. Okay. Shots on target, 5 for us, 3 for them. Big chances created. We created 3. They created 1. And finally, in the game this season, I think this is the only game that we didn't get to miss any big chances. That's shocking, really. Fouls committed. They committed more fouls than us. Corners 3 to theirs 7 in total. They did try in that particular game, honestly. Let's look at all the aspects of the whole thing. Just give me 1 second. All stats here. We've looked at that. Open play, expected goal from open play 1.07. Theirs is 0.55. Non-penalty XG 1.07. Okay, XG on target. 2.82. Total shots 9 in total. I think we've looked at this. So in those departments, you can say. It's a deserved win, honestly. Overall, I get it. We didn't start well, maybe. We considered first. But overall, you can say it was a deserved win, honestly. I don't care what anybody thinks. And I've watched the game nearly 10 times since it was played. And overall, I think we played well. It's just that it's usually when we concede first, some people don't look beyond that. That clouds their judgments. They will always argue that we didn't play well. We're lucky. But you forget luck is part of the game, if that makes sense. Let's see. If Arsenal start Jorginho, just have two Chelsea players around at him. He will pass the ball to us 40 yards from goal, no problem. His thing, chances are, if he starts, he will play his best game on the day. He would want to show us, look, yeah, you shouldn't have sold me or no, or all that. And I think let's see what happens. I hope he starts. Personally, I don't feel the time a team has stuck with a manager matters that much with regards to quality, not quality. My argument is with regards to the team playing as a unit. When we play, every now and then you see instances that will show you, yeah, we don't have proper chemistry amongst the players yet. You see disjointed displays here and there. You see mix up here and there. On some occasions, mix ups that can actually lead to us conceding goals. Many teams don't improve with the same coach with time. A properly functioning board is key. I don't think the board is key to the team playing as a unit. So maybe you don't understand my argument in that case. Going into that Arsenal game, all I am looking at is a team performance, some individual performances, not getting carried away. Nobody is getting carried away. If anybody tells you the Arsenal game will be a walk in the park, then they don't know what's going on. I just want us to go into that game with the mindset that we're playing the best team in the league. We have to be at our best to beat them. Okay, see you when you come back, brother. I appreciate you joining, even if you don't make it by the time we'll end the show ends. I don't believe in the potential stuff. A good team and a good manager can win immediately. I think for me, I'm not sure what to say, not to come across as if I'm insulting you, but here's the thing.
I disagree.
I disagree that it doesn't matter how many changes you make, because that's literally what you're saying there. That a good manager and a good team will make an impact immediately. No, in my opinion. But that's by the way, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. We have 37 likes, but I think we should be doing better than that. Not so much views, but it doesn't matter. We had to do this because we were supposed to do that yesterday. For me, let's look at the individual performances. Raheem Sterling, let's look at his numbers. He's the highest rated player on the Chelsea side, 8.5. But beyond that, I want to see something that's been consistent with Raheem Sterling is how many times he gave away the ball in terms of his dribble success rate. Why is this taking all the time? So, but let's look at Raheem Sterling's number. Let's see if it's still consistent in that department. He played 83 minutes, goals 1, assists 0, total shots of 3, accurate passes 13 out of 21, 62%, chances created 1, penalties 1, expected goals 0.50, expected goals on target 0.84, expected assists 0.10. Okay, let's see other things that are important here. Attack shot accuracy 2 out of 3, 67% touches 36, successful dribbles 2 out of 5. Yep, he's been consistent in this department. If he attempts 10 dribbles, he hardly gets it to 50%. He hardly gets half of his dribbles. You can say he's hardly successful and you can say half of his attempted dribbles, and you can say that's one of the things people pay attention a lot to, and people don't judge him fairly, given that in every game he hardly reaches 50% of dribble success rate. I think he's done that once since we started looking at that. Passes into the final third too. Not surprising he lived there. I see anything as accurate long balls 1 out of 1. Defensively, tackles 1 out of 1. Defensive actions 2, recoveries 4. That's a high for him. Dribbled past 1 time. Duels won 5. Duels lost 5, 50%. So yeah, 5 out of 10. Ground duels won 5 out of 10. Again, the defensive aspect of the whole thing is the least of my concerns. It's just even him. You can say winning. You can say completing 2 out of 5 dribble attempts. Not a big concern to me. Honestly, the fact that he had a hand in all the goals we scored on the day, that's huge. but I hope he can perform at that level consistently. I'll take it over him. How many dribbles he misses every time he attempts to dribble, and it's not like the attempted dribble volume is high. It's not that much. It's just 5 occasions he tried to dribble, and only was successful in 2 of them. That's an issue. If he has a high volume of dribble attempts, and then you can say, and he has a high number of, you can say, non-completed dribble attempts, then it's not a big issue. But I'm not gonna say anything further about that. For me, it was his show. That particular game against Burnley, it was the Raheem Sterling's show. He led us to that win single-handedly carried the team on the shoulders and helped us win that game. So I'm not gonna complain too much. If he can be doing that consistently, to heck with his dribble success rate, I don't care. The reason Chelsea would win a trophy and a flop the following season is because we have not really built a project. We can successfully complete this one. We will become a serial winners of the years. Hopefully, the fans understand that. A lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people just want us to start winning immediately. And the fact is, one thing people should learn is this. You can say how you feel will not change the owner's plans. And they didn't become billionaires by, you can say, being sentimental, or you can say changing their plans because people don't like what they're doing. I think they've set their minds on, you can say, that it's a project, and they want to win, but they want to win and win consistently. They want to dominate, and they know that would take time, and that's why they're approaching it the way they you can say they're doing right now. But that's why we move on from that. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. I am pretty sure no one would have given Tottenham a chance to be this good on the Angie, even if it was a small change made compared to Chelsea. A lot of people didn't give him a chance to do this well. Yep. Even I didn't. I have to be honest. I didn't know he'd be this good, but I give him credit. Yeah, he seems the real deal. People paid attention to his numbers, and some people that paid attention to his numbers were saying he's going to do well at Tottenham. Even we considered bringing him in as our manager, but that's, by the way, it's too early in the season, honestly. So I'm not going to be that bothered where they are. Like Glenn said the other day, a glitch probably. So hopefully, let's see what happens. Let's talk about Conor Gallagher outperforming the 200 million word. We just talk about each individual's performance. The team as a whole did well. I don't think it'd been nice to, you can say, to alienate some players and praise the others. They all did well on the day, no matter how you see it. I get it. Gallagher did well. Honestly, I have to give him credit on the day. Normally, yes, but we have basically turned over 24 players. Also, most of our players have been, you can say, we've been buying them for their potentials near their peak of very young. That's just what our squad is building. 2 to 3 years. That's not 2 to 3 years. We're into the first year, so we have about 2 years left. If it would take that long, I'm not too concerned. Won't leave us alone. But we're not gonna get into comparing players. We won a game, and we should not be happy we won a game. That's how I see it, in my opinion. I keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. We have 40 likes, but honestly, we should be doing better than that. Project Conor Gallagher, our captain, let's have it right. The captain did well on the day, and he's done that consistently. In how many games now? 3 games in a row, or how many? Sterling has been our best player last season, and this season he wasn't. I wouldn't say he was our best player last season. He just needed to be consistently scoring and performing consistently. His chances, scoring his chances, so people would have his name in their mouth. Perform consistently. That's all I ask of him, if that makes sense. Michi, the Heast, is in the house. Michi, nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. Thank you so much. And please go check out Michi Boy's YouTube channel if you haven't. You will. If you haven't, believe me, you will not regret it. Let's see. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. And Tebago, if you want to explain that you shared, please go ahead. Oh no, Mitch McConnell. That run gunning in the house. Keep dropping the likes on the scene, people. I don't like you. You know that. So out. Misha Boy out. I don't like Misha Boy at all. 3/4 of Tottenham squad is new. Three-quarter of them is new. And Kane sold, but they are doing extremely well. So this time, okay, I don't buy it. It's you. If you don't buy it, if you don't think making too many changes is an issue, that's you. They haven't made as many changes as we've made. You have every right to think that's the case, but that's you. And big up to you too, Mitchy Boy. I appreciate you finding the time to join. We'll see when Romeo comes in and sell Gallagher for pure profit. I don't think the club will sell him. And rumors are they're looking to give him another contract. And he's improving, actually one of the most improved players at the club. And to be honest, just a disclaimer, he's not my favorite players at Chelsea. But I know there's a good player in him. And if anybody can help him become even better, it will be Mauricio Pochettino, in my opinion. Michi Boy and Dante. And enough of that, you can say the Raheem Sterling talk. For me, it was his show, and he did very well. So let's go to Conor Gallagher straight away. Let's look at his numbers right now. He played 90 minutes. Fourth mob rating, 8.1. Assist, 1 assist, a very good assist to Raheem Sterling. And accurate passes, 34 out of 36, 94%. That's not bad. He was, in my opinion, I think he was excellent on the day, really. And it was not like those passes. He was opting for safer options all the time. Chances created, 1. Expected assist, 0.07. XG plus XA. Let's move on to the more important aspects. Attack, touches 63. Accurate crosses, 1 out of 4. Poor in that department. But beyond that, honestly, he did well on the day. Accurate long balls, 1 out of 1. Corners, 2. Dispossessed 1 time. Defensive late tackles, 1, 2 out of 4. Not bad. 50%. Interceptions, 2. Defensive actions, 9. Recoveries, 8. Dribbled pass twice. Duels 1, 8 duels. Duels lost, 7. Grand duels 1, 7 out of 13. 54%, not bad. Every duels 1, 1 out of 2, 50%. He was fouled 3 times, fouls committed 3 times. It's not a perfect stats, but overall he did well on today, in my opinion. I get it. We all see things differently, and we're here to talk about the game and not to argue who gets sold and who stays. If you get my argument, let's hear you. Tebago, you have anything to say? Excuse me, about Conor Gallagher. Let's hear you.
I said it from the preseason until now. I'll say it. Conor Gallagher is the most impressive player under Mauricio Pochettino, because if Poch improved this player, so you can see even the stats I've shared to you on your DM right now. It shows that Conor Gallagher improved very well. So all I'm saying to Chelsea fans, if we give Pochettino time, let's say this, forget about this season. Hopefully, we finish in Europe this season. Champions League, Europa League, Conference League, I don't care, as long as we've been in Europe, so that these players can share minutes next season. Then we can judge Pochettino next season, because I'm telling you right now, even Mudryk now is improving because of Pochettino. Last season Mudryk wasn't this good, so clearly you can see there's something there. Another player I want to mention, Coach Moses Caicedo. Money well spent. Whether we overpaid or not, I don't care. But Moses Caicedo is the difference. We have been crying for DM for so long, Coach. The club bought us Moses Caicedo, Lavia, and Okuchuku. I'm so happy about it.
Yeah, we have good numbers in that department, and Caicedo, he's settling quicker than a lot of people. You can say that Brighton Bubble will be happy to see, or the opposition teams like Arsenal. I think he will go along with for us. For me, I get it. I would take him any time, any day over Declan Rice, and I'm sure you've heard me make that argument before. That's not me saying Declan Rice is a bad player, but for me, I think Caicedo, he can do the defensive work He also does have a better passing range. Let me catch up with we'll give those in the chat the microphone. And big up to you, the Chelsea boy, 1234. I appreciate you joining. Big up to you too. I hope you're doing well, JC. I would not riot if they get a Sassim in his place, but selling Gallagher, I don't. Here's the thing. Let's not go to the extent of talking about selling Gallagher. We're here to review a game. Do I think the club will sell him? I would say no. And Gallagher probably decided not to leave Chelsea because we had offers. We had good offers on the table. He probably refused to leave, didn't want to leave because the manager assured him of his place in the team. It's as simple as that. And he has something that he offers that every other player we have doesn't offer. That energy, that commitment, that will go a long way. And to be honest, as much as I'm going to say this again, he's not my favorite Chelsea player, but he's working under the right manager that's going to help him become even better. And I hope the manager does that. As long as we're going to keep him, I'm happy if he stays. If he leaves, I could care less. But if he stays, fine. I know Pochettino will mold him into something important for us going forward. He's becoming even more polished by the day, and I'm happy to see that. He's not been perfect. There's still room for improvement. But the least of my concern is who stays, who goes right now. As long as he's performing, I'll take him. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes will go a long way. Lavia, Bench Casado, are you having a laugh? We don't know what's going to happen. Lavia may come in and Casado may move to the flanks, to the flanks. Because here's the thing: if we're playing out from the back, in my opinion, Lavia is the most equipped. He's the best at beating the press, and then Casado and even Enzo Fernandez. That doesn't mean Casado will be out of the picture. The manager could well move Casado as one of the three midfielders, but centrally, I think, in my opinion, I think Lavia is the most equipped to fulfill that sitting DM role because he's excellent at beating the press, and Casado cannot measure him in that department. They differ, so we can actually have the three of them on the pitch. And we can also rotate with Gallagher and all of them. We're actually blessed in the midfield area, in my opinion. But let's see how the manager handles that. Lavia, we've heard he's going to be back in November. Let's see what happens. Let's see. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go along. We appreciate you all finding time to join. Just watch the highlights of versus Burnley. I've watched the full 90 minutes nearly 10 times now, if not more than. Sterling was running that match. He ran the game. You cannot deny that. I get it. And I'm one of those that's my biggest concern with Sterling is consistency. He wasn't perfect on the day, but for me, I go to the extent of saying he was perfect just because we won the game because of him. He single-handedly led us to that win, in my opinion, helped us win that game. Let's see. Gala is good, CFC boy. He will be happy on the bench for the team. I don't think he'd be happy. If the manager starts benching him, he would want to leave. But I'm quite sure he opted to stay because the manager guaranteed him of his place in the team. But that's just my opinion. To be honest, I didn't think Gallagher was that good on Saturday. The assist created a mask, really, but he's improving. Okay, let's just go with the fact that he's improving, and I'll take that. If he's staying, and I'm going to say this. I would take Gallagher over. I know we see things differently. I'm not saying this because Mason Mount wanted to leave and we sold him to Manchester United. I'm being factual if I say Gallagher, I would take him over Mason Mount, honestly. And I've always called for the manager to play him on the flanks and not centrally, because on the flanks was where he was excellent for Crystal Palace throughout the season. Wasn't in and out of form, performed consistently throughout the season for them. So on the flanks, well, as he's playing as one of the three midfielders, I think he will continue to improve and do even better. I don't want a situation today he plays there and next he plays centrally. Then he will never, that would be a bit, you could say, detrimental to his development to a certain measure. But I'm happy. If he stays, I'm happy. If he leaves, if the club wants to sell him, fine by me. But if he stays, I'm not going to complain too much. We have numbers in that area. If the manager feels like he shouldn't start certain games and certain players are well suited for certain games, I'll take it. But We need a player with such commitment. Honestly, I think he brings something different to the table. Gallagher was decent, if that's how you see it. Another game, and it's Gallagher outperforming. Let's stop the comparison. We are blessed to have these players. I don't think the comparison will help us. It will rather lead to, you can say, you creating you can say creating, you can say, an uncomfortable situation where you're arguing with your fellow fan who's better than the other, and we shouldn't be doing that. We should just you can say enjoy the win and talk about how we can improve. We're blessed to have them. I'm happy we'll have Leslie Guchuku. Even though you see me do a predicted lineup, I'll still put Guchuku on the bench. Even though I've watched him and I like him because of his intelligence, because he's an intelligent player, but I know we have numbers there. At this point, I don't think he's ready to be a regular starter for us, but I know he will get there. So let's just enjoy the fact that we were blessed with those names and not try to compare. Coach, me and Roger used to win lots of duels back in the day. The band, the band sword fighting duel, yeah. Oh my goodness! I hope Roger is well. The goal must still be top four. That must not change. They haven't changed that. If you ask the manager, he would tell you that the goal is to make achieve you can say a Champions League European place, and I think we're capable of doing that. Tebago, has Poch given you his book yet? I haven't gotten one, but he's a good man manager. And the issue is that um did he give Mudrik a Ukrainian what language are they speaking in Ukraine version, or did he give him an English version? Let's see, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes that go a long way. No, Roger was like my dad back then. He's a bit more mature. Wow. Coach, I could I could yeah. Honestly, whatever happens, it doesn't matter to me. If he stays, fine. I'm happy. I'd be happy we'll keep him. If we let him go, honestly, it doesn't matter to me. Poch getting best out of Gallagher, I think he will. Yeah, he's improving. Let's see anything else. We'll be scrolling to the very bottom in a beat. I would try to get your subsequent contributions in the chat. Tex Silver out against Arsenal for Badiashile. But Badiashile will be match rusty. That's where the problem lies. I don't think it just bring him into that game straight up. I think, in my opinion, I would suggest we bring Levi Colwell and keep him, play him as a center back, then play what's his name, play Marco Correa on the left hand side to go. Even you can say that's his sort of, you can say, defending unsettle Bukayo Saka if he gets to play on the day, and also play Reece James right back. I think that will work. You don't want to make too many changes in a defensive line. That can be a problematic, in my opinion. Coach can play CM though. Casado can play CM though. Yeah, he can play. Yeah, he's more of a CM than he is a DM. It just says that his ability to win back the ball. People, you can say, see him as a DM traditional. For me, the only traditional DM we have within our ranks right now is just Leslie Ugochukwu. But that's just me. Coachila, when CFC are losing its end of the world, when we win 3 games, every player is considered next year. What fans should focus on is football. Support the team, but keep real perspective. I couldn't agree more with that. Let's see. In my defense, in all of this, I'd not be comparing players if people weren't slandering certain people to justify their agenda. Here's the thing, but that doesn't mean you should start behaving like them. You don't have to. You should just present what you believe is the facts or your own opinion and move on. Until someone plays better, Gallagher plays. It's as simple as that. As long as he's performing, I think the manager will keep selecting him. The slander of certain players is his agenda. We move on from that. Our general press has to improve. Okay, but we're playing out. We're playing out from the back so easily against us. Burnley were playing out of the back so easily against us in the first half, and this is a consistent issue under Pochettino. I haven't paid attention to that. If anything, I'll say our pressing has actually improved. Under what's his name, Graham Potter, my biggest concern was our behavior off the ball, and I think that has improved significantly, in my opinion. Mount missed his chance of being a properly coached. Yeah. Because here's the thing. I don't think Mount is a bad player. I think Mount's biggest problem is lack of proper coaching. He didn't get that. The only time he was coached properly was during his academy days and his days in the Netherlands, or what's his name, Eredivisie Sevilla. I can't pronounce that. The club he played for there. After that, when he came back, Vietnam and him, is that it?
No, Vitesse.
Vitesse, is that how you pronounce it? Okay. When he returned, I don't think he got proper coaching from Frank Lampard, except a lot of running. Under Thomas Tuchel, especially a lot of running, pressing, and all that. That was why Tuchel played him, even when it was clear to all of us that Mount was tired. He was mentally tired. Tuchel kept playing him because all he wanted from him was the amount of running he does on the pitch, the pressing, and all that. He wasn't coached properly. Even Graham Potter came in, and all he knew that Mount, he said, he told us Mount wanted to play. He just wanted to play Mount because of his energy and pressing and all that. But now, look at that. He's gone to Eric Ten Hag, and Ten Hag signed him as an established player. Ten Hag did not sign Mason Mount as a player that's still learning. He signed them as a Champions League winner, as a Club World Cup winner, as a European Super Cup winner, but not as a player that needs a lot of coaching. And that's a problem. And they are expecting him to come in and be one of their best players when he still has a lot to learn. And Gallagher, being a smart kid, offers came. The offers were on the table for Chelsea, and he refused to leave. And he's even said it during an interview. He wants to stay and learn from Mauricio Pochettino. There's a chance he's had a conversation with him, and he has shown him he likes him and can help him get better. And the kid has become better. So yeah, I agree with you. Mount means the chance of being properly coached. Gallagher is experiencing his transformation. Mane told Jackson Poch would transform him. He said, listen to whatever he says and enjoy his training, and all will be well. And I believe this, honestly. Unfortunately, when people were arguing that Mount was bad and all that, I was saying that all Mount needed is a coach that will let him know, look, you haven't arrived. You're still learning. Because that's a good player in him. He's also technically gifted, but every now and then we only see flashes of his technical ability every now and then, and not consistently. But because the managers want him to run. Go ahead, Tebago, if you were saying something.
And remember, we said it on the show this other day before Pochettino come to Chelsea, that if Mason Mount stays at Chelsea, he will be more of our Eriksen in terms of how Poch used Eriksen at Spurs. So it's a loss for Mason Mount.
Yeah, I'm listening to you.
Yeah, I think, like as I said, Mason Mount is a loss for Mason Mount. He should have stayed, but I don't care anymore. He first they move out. I hope he failed at Manchester United.
Let's see what happens. JC is saying as long as Gallagher keeps playing a progressive football, reads the game well, bring physicality and energy, it is good. But he doesn't do that every game. Needs consistency, and there are other players. I said this during Mitchell Boys' stream. As long as we're playing with a 4-3-3 structure and Gallagher plays on the flanks, I think he has a place in this team. The manager likes him, and that's where he does well, in my opinion. Getting so many chances, yeah, he will. I think Mason Mount wanted out, though. He wanted out, yeah, I understand that. But my point is that he missed an opportunity to become even better, because there's an excellent player in him. He's technically gifted, but unfortunately, since his days, after his days in the Dutch league, he came back. Every manager just liked him, just wanted him on the team because of his, you can say, his commitment and the amount of running he does, the pressing and all that. And Tuchel nearly killed him. honestly. Coachila, based on your theory, we don't know what is going to happen in the future. I agree. So Gallagher might. There's a chance that happens, but right now, I don't think it looks like he's going to be sold. We'll still find out, honestly. And if he stays, I'm fine with it. If they decide to sell him, yeah, it doesn't. I'm not gonna go. You can say, I'm not gonna go climb a pole and jump down from there. Um, yeah, Froxy is one of let's see, agenda general. Yeah, God of Frog is an agenda general. Let's see, Mason Mount's dad wanted him to go to United. That's the least of my conversation. He could have said no. He's mature enough, but unfortunately for him, they signed him as an established player. Unfortunately, they didn't sign him knowing that yeah, he has a lot to learn and help nurture him to become even better. Mason Mount stands for Mihailo Mudryk. Now Frog. As for Mace, he wanted the money. So good luck to him. I'm going to scroll to the very bottom. Unfortunately, guys, quite a lot to get. And then I'll try to get your subsequent contributions in the chat. And Choma, happy Thanksgiving. Canada. Yep, not the US yet. But Choma, I'm quite sure you have a lot to be thankful for, especially your daughter that we wish happy birthday the other day. How's she doing? I hope she's doing well. So that alone is enough to be thankful. It's a huge blessing to have a child. And other than that, also your work. So that's something to be thankful about. And let's say also Chelsea won a game, 3 games in a row. That is something to be thankful about. But Choma, nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. And Mitchie here saying, I think I kept a Roger on the field too long the other night. I didn't have a sub to bring on Doe. And you wanted to bring me on, but I had a hamstring myself, so I had to run. Coach saying he's going to skip to the bottom, meaning he's suddenly ole. Let's go away. Yeah, I'm scrolling to the very bottom, and then I'll try to get your subsequent contributions. If I see anybody that I haven't said hello to, maybe I will do that. Supreme Quartz is saying, God for us, Coach, a Poch could have likely got the best out of these guys who sold from Mason Mount, the Koulibaly, and maybe even Kai. Yeah, but Kai wanted to leave. And in terms of Koulibaly, we wanted to sell him. Kai might be a stretch though, and I wish we kept Koulibaly for reasons I don't want to get into. He's an intelligent player, and you can say even quicker than you can say Silva right now, and can lead the team whenever Silva isn't playing. Mount played his best football under Tuchel though. Yeah, you can say that, or maybe the only way to say, I wouldn't say he played his best football under Tuchel. The way I'd like to put it is that
I disagree.
He achieved more under Tuchel. Did he play his best football under Tuchel? No, he played his best football in the Netherlands. Believe me, go check it out. But he achieved a lot. He achieved more under Thomas Tuchel. Tuchel nearly killed him. Tuchel, for me, in my opinion, didn't really like Mount because of his playing ability. It's because of the energy, the pressing, and all that, in my opinion. But let's say here, Tebago, you wanted to say something.
I disagree in terms of what they're saying. Mason Mount played his best football under Thomas Tuchel. First of all, our fans were claiming that Pochettino is playing players out of position. Was Mason Mount playing on his preferred position under Thomas Tuchel? Hell no. So, also another thing, he was overused under Thomas Tuchel because, as I said, he was running. Yes, he nearly killed him. That's the issue I had with our former coaches and our previous board in terms of N'Golo Kante. N'Golo Kante never had any replacement. He was overused, and then he became an injury prone. So overall, I think Mason Mount played his best position, best football at the Netherlands. Also, championship under Frank Lampard, because I was watching Derby County almost every week under Frank Lampard. Oh my gosh, he was so good at Derby County. So not under Thomas Tuchel. They should not lie to us, coach. We're still alive.
Yeah, who was the first to advocate 4-3-3 system on this channel? It was you. Yeah, we did talk about that at length, and we did agree that 4-3-3 will give us a chance. We give the manager the opportunity to accommodate more of our midfielders since we have too many. I said by the fact that this terrible run of form for Mason Mount started at the moment he tried to play him in that H role. TT was having an just okay. Please, I'm not reading that one. I don't care. I know about that, but that's not my freaking business, really. I think is wow. Okay, why is the topic going bananas right now? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Coachila likes the button. just go away. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. We have 48 likes. Let's try and get it to at least the
Guys,
50.
we have won 3 games. We have not won the Premier League, so
Yeah,
calm
exactly.
down.
We haven't won the Premier League. And also, I think I need people, I'm gonna do a poll. Please suggest topics we're gonna discuss next because yeah, it's gonna be very scanty during the international break. Yeah, okay. What am I reading here right now? The most improved players in the last three games in terms of how much improved. Top fours are Cucurella, the Sassi Casado, and Gallagher. I think I agree with you. And smoke after a while. That's a problem. Wow. It's a Canadian Thanksgiving. I know. That was why I said happy Thanksgiving to you. And I did mention it's not Thanksgiving here yet in the US until November. So happy Thanksgiving to you. Yep. So many minutes innuendos today. Yeah, I'm gonna scroll to the very bottom. We move on and Tickle loved Mount. Yeah, he loved him, but unfortunately, I'd say he loved him just because of his energy. He didn't improve him. And Mount's biggest issue since he left, since he played in the after he played in the Netherlands, was that subsequent managers didn't try to improve him. And unfortunately, at one point, I think we did have that conversation here where I argued Mount would be better off looking himself in the mirror and saying, you know what, I haven't arrived. I haven't won anything yet. I still have a lot to learn. That would do him a world of good. But unfortunately for him, United signed him as an established player and not as a player they can improve. And we're seeing what's going on. They put him on the pitch. They want him to help them achieve results. They're not. They haven't signed him to help improve him. But I get it. The business aspect of the whole thing. I didn't get what. Maybe I think you have to elaborate. Did anyone notice how good Giroud and Pulisic were this weekend? I didn't watch that game, unfortunately. Brokeback Mountain, yeah. Okay, I didn't get you being sarcastic. That Tuchel loved him, yeah. Let's move on. Let's look at Casado's numbers. Did we? Did we look at his numbers yet? I think no. We looked at
Not
Starling
yet.
and we looked at Gallagher. So let's look at Casado's numbers, and after that, I think we'll start rating the players. He played 90 minutes. He was the engine. He did a lot of good. And honestly, I'm gonna say this again. I didn't know his passing was that good. Honestly, I didn't know. Honestly, this says he played 90 minutes. Yep, accurate passes 78 out of 81. Wow, 96%. Wow, chances created 2, expected assists 0.04. Let's move on to the attack. Touches 90 in total, successful dribbles 1 out of 250%. Not bad. Passes into the final third 7. You can say that's a high. Accurate long balls 5 out of 6. That's excellent, really. 83%. Defense tackles 1 out of 250%. Blocks 2. Defensive actions 4 in total. Recoveries 9. That's a high. Duels 1 4. Duels lost only 1. Ground duels 1 3 out of 4. 75%. Aerial duels 1 out of 1 attempt 100%. I think he was excellent on the day. I get it when you play in that position. Usually, people look. You can say just praise those that scored the goals and those that made an assist. But had it not been, you can say how good he was on the day. Chances are we won't be as good. You can say you could say, yeah, we couldn't have scored actually the fourth goal or the third goal. I mean, I think the third goal, because it was him who won the ball, even though he was on the carpet, he stretched his leg and poked it to Gallagher. Gallagher now who created the goal scoring opportunity for Raheem Sterling. But let's hear you, Tebago. What do you make of his performance on the day?
Moses Caicedo, if was not a Raheem Sterling show on uh, on Saturday, I think Moses Caicedo deserved man of the match performance because he was so good. And we've been crying out loud on the shoulder. Poch, please play Moses Caicedo along Enzo. I know Enzo at the moment is on and off. Hopefully he'll find his feet soon. So, but play Moses Caicedo with Enzo. It makes Moses Caicedo a very, very good player. What a player, man. As you said, coach, you didn't want Rice. I didn't want Rice either. I wanted Moses Caicedo because Moses Caicedo is way better than Declan Rice for me. I know people have different opinions, but Moses Caicedo for me is perfect for Chelsea than Rice.
Yep, I think he was excellent on the day, honestly, and even Enzo on the playing on the in a three-man midfield, he's become, you can say, he's improved defensively, in my opinion. But let's say, Jersey, you have anything to add to this one before we go into the player ratings?
Moses Caicedo is definitely improving by the game. In the first 2-3 games he played, he was having a difficulty in integrating because of the different formation, and of course because Pochettino has been changing his position. So yeah, he finally like showed his flair, what we were expecting from him in the last game. I mean, in the previous game, then the game against Burnley. I mean, in the Fulham's game, he showed a very good performance, and he had a very very good game. Apart from some of the rare instances where he lacked the interceptions, where he lacked the positioning, but he further improved, in my opinion, in the game against Burnley. But again, like, we also have to keep in mind, it was Burnley, with all due respect, and the way they played. So it helped him with the positioning. It helped him with the pattern of play. Again, the performance was very good, but I won't go and go to this extent of considering him for the man of the match, because we still expect more from him. He still needs to develop and integrate. And if we as we saw his stats, the stats were very good, but in few metrics he still needs to improve, right? So overall, it was a very good performance. The good thing is that he is improving by the game, and I'm sure that it will be just a matter of few weeks when we'll get to see the Moses Caicedo that everyone was expecting when we signed him. His optimal performance, the way he can intercept, the way he can link up with both the defense and offense, and his long passes. So it is good, because the way we are playing, everything looks good when the players perform. But in my opinion, he still needs to improve a lot. There's still a lot of there is still a very higher ceiling to his game. So it's a great sign, because if people are happy with this performance, imagine how good he will perform and how happy he will make the fans, and also his performance will aid into the team's performance and team's progress in the future.
Yep, he still has a lot to offer, and it's a good start. Again, my happiness is how quickly he's settling in. Not that this is not his best. Like you said, he still has a lot to offer, and yeah, he's getting there gradually and quicker than a lot of people. It's okay, coach. You're pure. It's good. Okay, I appreciate you. Let's see what else we have here. Coachila, Giroud made a smashing double save. I said, yeah, I heard he had to. You can say wear the gloves as their goalkeeper was sent off. Worth watching the highlights. I'm gonna go look at it. But thank you for saying that. Yeah, Caicedo has a solid passing range. I didn't know that. I have to be honest. I didn't know he was that good in pass again. In terms of passing range, and you can say his passes are with intent. He displaces opposition players with his long range passing. I remember in our 4-1 loss to Brighton, he made a very good incisive pass leading to the third goal we conceded. I didn't even remember that, but honestly, I give him kudos. Yeah, I watched that. Okay, I'm gonna go try and see that later on. All those Casado stats are for playing as a DM is unreal. Imagine him as a CM. So I'm saying I'd still start Romeo Lavia as a DM there because he's much better at beating the press. But let's see what the manager does. Casado isn't a way up better. Okay, I'm not sure what to make of that. Maybe you're responding to someone. Yeah, right center midfield though. Let's see. Our players are getting better every game. Just need time. Yep. And I think we knew that. We have an entirely new squad, and it will take time for them to gel. And as Eddie would say, these players need time to bed in properly. That Poch barbecue to players invite, it works. Yeah. Maybe it's helping. The bonding after again off the pitch has helped. I don't know. Nothing like an Argentinian barbecue. Yeah, okay. I haven't been to one before. What more are you expecting from Casado, Jerry? Jerry's just saying he has a higher ceiling and he has more to offer. There are moments during matches where we still see him overrun in our midfield, despite his presence. So he still has some ways to go. Yep, to reach the level we know he can reach. But the quality is there. It's a shame he never got preseason, and yeah, he didn't get the preseason with us. He wasn't there. We signed him. Actually, the season have started. We played how many games before we even signed him? I think we played one game or so. I can't quite remember. But the point is, he didn't get preseason with us. He's still actually in his preseason, you could argue, but the quality is there. It's a shame he never got our preseason with us. So I agree with you. I can say though, as a DM, no more to offer until he plays as a CM. Then I would judge. But so far, he's fulfilled the role effectively, and I'll take that. Casado more of a CM, and Lavia more of a DM. I'd say. And the reason I'm saying that of all the midfielders we have, Lavia is the best at beating the press. You could say probably a mashup of N'Golo Kante and Jorginho in terms of beating his ability to win back the ball and also to beat the press and all that. I don't think there's more to offer as a DM. That's it. Maybe CM, but even there, not sure what he is already, but we'll find out.
I'll just say go and check Brighton, the way he played with Brighton. Just go and check some of the games, and then you'll understand what I'm saying.
I don't even think we should fight over that because we'll find out soon. It's just as simple as that. And this says Coachila. A lot of fans have one or other favorite players, and they are disappointed if no flowers ushers on their pet. Also, a lot of Mount fans are lost in looking to hold on to something. That may well be the case, but we move on from that. Let's start the player rating exercise. It will be fun, I believe. So let's go. Correct me if I'm misrepresenting any of the players that played here. I think the back four. Yes, it was Cucurella right back, Cole left back, Silva de Sassi, Casado centrally, Gallagher to his right, Enzo left, Starling, Broya and Jackson played one half each, and Palmer right wing. So let's hear you. For me, this guy, I'd say he didn't have much to do. I'd give him honestly, I'd give him a 6.5. I think I get it. I think I still believe he can do better in terms of his distribution, but boy, he's been wasteful. I'll go 6.5, but let's see what the poll says. 57% thinks it's at 6.5. I think that's what's suitable for him, in my opinion. But let's hear you. What do you think, Tebago? Sanchez 6.5. Do you agree?
100%, I agree, coach.
Yeah, as well as he did in terms of shot stopping, I think it was wasteful.
Yes, and also they didn't have not much to do on that game, so 6.5 is fair.
All right, let's say to see what do you think?
I'll give him a 6.
You give him a 6. Why a 6? Lower than but the
Because
poll
I held him
using the stat
responsible.
6.5.
Because
But go ahead.
because he played a part. Like, of course, there were a number of players who made the mistake leading up to the game, including Thiago Silva and Cucurella. But I think, as I analyzed in the game at halftime, like, even though a few people won't go with my narrative, but if you can see, although he was hindsighted to a certain extent, but the forward took a lot of time to take his chance. So because of his anticipation and his positioning, and he didn't move at all, he could have probably anticipated the attack, because the player was taking a lot of time with his final shot. So because he considered that goal, and at certain times with his distribution again, like, it was not at the optimal level, and it was only Burnley. So that's why I think 6 is probably the right score, in my opinion.
Yeah. Let's hear you, Jerry. See, while I'm still with you, how about your rating for Thiago Silva? Jersey, if you're there, I'd say
Yes, sir.
6.5. I think the defensive line, I think that first goal we considered, he was found wanting, he was out of position. You can say there were our defensive line at the time, you can say, confused. But let's hear you.
I think you're being very kind in giving the ratings. I know we won 4-1, but I'll give him a 6 again, because he was at fault also with the game. For the goal that we conceded, right? With limited pace, of course, he was not able to afford to getting caught out of position, right? And when I don't remember the name of the Burnley player. So when the winger made the cross, he had the opportunity to either stop it or even take a yellow card for the team. So he could have.
I agree with you. And he couldn't. Yeah, he had the opportunity to take one for the team. He didn't.
That is why I'm giving him 6.
Yeah, let's see. I think the least is 6.5 there. I get you. You cannot blame the others. They were dropped into a bad situation that shouldn't have existed. Silva got lazy for the first goal. Jerry Desasi played the breaking player onside. Okay, I see. Jerry, see, have you actually played the game? No offense. Just curious. Let's see. The Kuka ball watch with a player on right who scored. Okay, Kukurea, you mean? Let's see. Colwell was the starting point to that goal we considered. Okay, let's see. Every other thing there people has to say. Silva should have put in a challenge and take one for the team. I think I agree with that one in the build up to that goal that we considered. I am not sure why he refrained from doing that at the time. But other than that, he did fine. The whole defensive line messed up for that particular goal. Excuse me, they were everywhere, in my opinion. Cucurella has nothing to do with that goal. I think I agree with you. He returned as quickly as he could. The ball went through his legs, which was why what's his name? Sanchez saw it very late. He went back to cover for Colwell, Silva, and the guy shot in goal. And the fact that he went through his legs was the reason why Sanchez saw it late. Colwell is playing wing back. Let's see what else we have here. I'd like to see Mackey signing in the center back spot to replace Thiago Silva. That may well happen, or maybe if the manager tries out the Sassi in that position, in the leadership position. Let me just have him lead the back line, and he does well. He may the club may well decide to go with him and not sign any marquee center back, in my opinion. But that's by the way. Let's for me, Silva deserves 6.5. I don't think he did well overall, but wasn't bad. But that he should have taken one for the team. I think I agree with you. Tebago, what do you make of Thiago Silva's rating? Let's hear you. And then
I agree with Jerry C. In terms of the goal that we considered, was a primary school era from all our defenders. So so he deserves a six. Even Disasi plays very well, but due to that goal, he deserves a six also.
Hmm. Okay, let's hear you, Jersey. How about this? Let's see. For me, this is I'd say I'm not too sure what to rate it,
Yeah,
but
I'll give
yeah,
him
go
a
ahead.
six again. I'll give him a six again. It was a decent game, and again because of the goal. I don't know what was the critique. The guy who asked me about I've played the game or not. I don't have to answer that, but you can be very specific if you don't agree with the thing. Just be very specific. What is the thing that you
Yeah, go
disagree
ahead.
with? Anyhow, so with Disasi, the performance was average. There were instances where he played well, and of course he was also with the pattern of the counter, like he was also involved with conceding the goal. So I'll give him a six. It was a decent performance because one important thing, like why some people might be thinking we are giving them defense very average points, because Burnley never, like, how many chances Burnley had during the game, right? So because we were comfortable in general over the game, and the instances where they dominated, so in that context, I don't see us having a very, very solid defensive performance, although we conceded one goal. So I'll give him a six. I'll give him a six.
Yep. And yeah, Kuku did his job there. I don't think he should be blamed for that goal. We considered he recovered just in time to face the guy, and the guy didn't
I,
have it easy.
I didn't even talk about Cuckoo. I was just, it's my
No, I
narrative,
wasn't
and
talking
it's
about
also,
you. I'm just I think he's responding to someone else in the
no,
chat.
it's also a narrative of many people, many even very good analysts, that they also think that Sanchez, I was talking about Sanchez, in my opinion. Okay, we can always say that he didn't see the ball, but if you see the replays, and if we want really high standards, he could have done better. I'm not saying that he should have stopped the ball, he could have done better.
All right. Yep, I agree with that one. In the engineering world, that first volley goal is what we call a multiple point of failure. The whole back line was at fault from Cowell, not clearing his lines to Silva, being lazy to Disasi, keeping okay. Let's see, keeping them on side. I don't blame Cucurella too much. I don't even blame him one bit for that goal, in my opinion. For the goal, since it's hard to cover the outside with your weakest foot. The ball went went between his legs, went through again his legs. So although he did struggle a bit, okay, if that's how you see it, but Sheila will be back soon. Yep, Takukure not closing down the shot, and Sanchez to not serving the shot. Yes, then Sanchez did see the ball on time. The the ball came through to Kukurea's leg, which led to Sanchez not seeing it on time. Honestly, I don't know how to explain that. And Kukurea, he did his best. It was a well-taken goal. We move on from that. We won. I understand what you're trying to say there. 7 for Disasi. What 6.5 for Silva, and 6 for Disasi. Sounds like an agenda. He has every right to rate him how he deems fit. It's his opinion. I agree. The team is struggling, not working in tandem. Let's see. Okay, I got okay. You got your answer. Okay, congratulations there. Sorry if you no, he didn't take offense in that.
No, bro, I'm professional and we are all learning. We can
No, he
always make
didn't.
mistakes.
He knew it was a joke, so he says he just told you he didn't need to answer that. It's as simple as that. We'll move on. I don't think Jerry C is that sort of person. He's on the panel. He knows such questions will be sometimes maybe uncomfortable questions. But I didn't think he took it personally. He took it personal. I have been saying all along it's time to face a Silver out, and I like him. I like him too, but we need to learn to play without him. In my opinion, we don't have to wait until he gets injured. Then it becomes an issue. Even during games, if we're winning comfortably, I wouldn't mind us bringing him off so that somebody else can lead that back line and start practicing to play without him. But unfortunately, without him would be worse off. But yeah, we need to get used to playing without him. He has his opinion, but it doesn't mean it's right. Yeah, once it's an opinion, it doesn't mean you're right. Here's the thing: except if you're telling us something and you're backing it up with numbers, then that's when you're right. We're all expressing our opinions here, if that makes sense. Would like to see Badiashile to see a play in that center back role. Chances are the manager would do that because they played together at Monaco. We may well see that. Am I certain that will happen? I'm not certain, but there's a chance it happens. But we'll find out sooner than later. So the Sassi earns a 7 rating. We asked the people, we use the chat, and they think he deserves a 7 rating. And what's the rating for Silva? I'm going to find out again. But I think people got a pick 6.5 for Silva. That wasn't just me plugging in anything there. Let me see if I can find it here quickly. The Silva rating. Where's that poll? Yeah, for Silva, 57% thinks it should be 6.5, and that's a total of 7 people. So that's not a bad. To me, that's not a bad sample size, honestly, in my opinion. So let's see. Colwell. It's not left back. He's been a short horned at left back to accommodate a Silva. That's where the problem is. That may well be the case, but we'll find out. Imagine 2 giants at the back, the Sassi and Badiashile. Really will be set. Titans, yep, you could call them that. I thought the Sassi was our best defender this match, though he too was found wanting in the build-up for that goal we considered. I do think Silva needs to be phased out eventually. That's a certainty. That's something that will happen. The question now is, at what pace? We don't have to be drastic about it. It has to be a gradual process. And it may be if we're winning game, just like the game we won 4-1. The moment we scored the 3rd goal, I'd say, bring him out. Move things around so that someone else can lead the back line, so we'll get used to playing without him. So much criticism of our defenders is strange for perspective. Has anyone seen United? But they're entitled to their respective opinions. It's a different kettle of fish, if that's what you want, or maybe I'd rather shrimp. But we move on from that. Kukurea, let's rate him. For me, a shaky, would I say a shaky start? I wouldn't say that. I think he had an excellent game, in my opinion. Maybe we should quickly look at his numbers. And I want to round up as soon as possible. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes will go a long way, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. It's gonna go 7.5. And then an 8. Let's go. Let's hear you. Let's see the people's opinion on Mark Cucurella. But let me see this. Let's look at his numbers, actually. See how well he did on the day. I think he did well. Honestly, one of the most improved players at Chelsea. 7.8 rating. That's not bad, really. Accurate passes. Let's start from there. 73 out of 81. 90%. That's not bad. Chances created 1. Let's go to the attack. 110 touches in total. Successful dribbles 0 out of 3. That's poor. Passes into the final third 5. Accurate crosses didn't attempt any. Accurate long balls 2 out of 5. 40%. That's poor too. Defense 3. Tackles 1. 3 out of 4. Defensively he did well. Clearance is 1. Headed clearance is 1. Interceptions 3. Defensive actions 9. Recoveries 8. That's a high. Dribbled pass twice. Duels won 6. Duels lost 6, so 50%. Ground duels won 5 out of 11, 45. So to me, it was a good performance. Numbers you can say are saying it wasn't an excellent performance, but he did well, mainly defensively. But let's see what the people thinks. United are above us. Funnily enough, they are. Yep. We cannot be too harsh on Cucurella because he's out of position, and even at that, I think he did well. Could someone said French Maguire? Was it me? No. I don't remember it was you. I think it was Rashi. I think it was Rashi in the chat, and maybe Kimso. I can't quite remember who called him the French Maguire, but I knew we signed a good player in him. And the start of the season for me was his preseason because he didn't get preseason with us, in my opinion. Badiashile and the Sassi as center backs. What about Colwell? In my opinion, I think we can mix it up. We have all of them, and we're blessed to have them all. How he manages that, I don't know. In my opinion, Pochettino will play a back three with Colwell, Badiashile, and the Sassi in the middle. We'll find out how that works out. So let's hear 60% thinks Kukurea, okay, 5 votes. I think that's enough. 6.5. I think that's a deserved rating. Let's say you, Tebago, your rating for Kukurea.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna rate Moses Kese, sorry, Kukurela in terms of his defense and also playing on a wrong position. I think he's done brilliantly overall. He played about 3 previous games. We won all of them, so I'm gonna give him a 7.
Yeah, I think I would have given him a 7, but those in the chat, they think he deserves 6.5. Right, let's see. Let's go for Casado, essentially there. Casado, I'll give him a 7.5 in my opinion, but let's say 6.5. 7, 7.5. I know he didn't score a goal. A lot of people probably, you can say, will overlook his performance of the day. I think he was one of the reasons why we won. But Tebago, let's hear you, Moses Casado. For me, he deserves a 7.5, honestly. But let's hear you.
Yeah, 100%. He deserves a 7.5 because he played very well. Even though Jersey doesn't agree with me, it's fine. We'll have our fight and for another day. And also, coach, we forgot Levi Colbert rating. Don't forget him.
Oh, yeah. Okay, we'll go back to that. I nearly forgot. All right. I think we're getting the feedback from you again together. All right.
I don't know what is happening, coach.
That Burnley left wing gave Kukurea some trouble, but he grew into it, and I think he deliberately kicked him on the ankle. He improved towards the end of the second half. I appreciate how he's done out of position. It's something that we can consider trying again if there are injuries. Here's the thing: I don't wait till we get injuries. Of all the fullbacks we have, Kukurea's way of marking opposition players may come across as what's the language I'm looking for? Erratic. It may come across as erratic, but yeah, he knows how to unsettle players. He's all over you. It just looks as if he's scratching you too, holding you. You can say just close very tight on you. That yeah, it takes a lot to beat him. Once he comes close to you, beating him will be very difficult. So even though his approach to marking opposition players does come across as erratic, it's effective. He knows how to unsettle all opposition players. If you remember against Dortmund, he was so good that you can say after the game, what's his name? Jude Bellingham wanted to go and fight him. If that's how I see it, whether he wanted to shake hands with him or just have a conversation, I don't care. But more importantly was that he was so, you can say, there's a term, what language I'm looking for, or let me say term, it can be so annoying to opposition players. And I like that. And I think the manager probably has learned that. I think he has a place in this team. In my opinion, he should be starting over Benchua. Well, I get the Benchua carries goal threat. But if we're playing with a 4 at the back approach where he's not a winger, even when he's a winger, actually he can put good crosses into the box. It depends on how the manager wants him to operate during the game. And plus also I've said this a million times, he's capable of finding passing lanes where you don't know one exists. Benchua doesn't have that in him. Benchua, once you have a single player marking him, he doesn't know. He opts for safer options. Either he goes sideways or he goes backwards. But for him, Kukurea, you think, okay, that's it. There's no way he can pass the ball. and boom, you see him pass the ball, and usually he keeps it on the carpet. He finds passing lanes where you don't know one exists. To me, I take him anytime, any day over Ben Chilwell, but that's just me. I don't wait until I wouldn't wait until any player gets injured. I think he'll be he'll do more before for us defensively than Ben Chilwell will. He has that, you can say, that sort of David Luiz player. He's a left wing, he's a left back, but he see an opposition player in the midfield, the ball gets into him, he rushes to that player and then settles them, and so in most cases gets his tackles right. So I take him over Ben Chilwell in my opinion. I know the argument is that Ben Chilwell carries goal threat, but but that's just me. I give Cuckoo a 7, but the challenge he made on that left wing guy was a red card. I wouldn't say red card, no. I wouldn't say red card. It was to me, some are actually arguing that it was harsh. To me, I think players do that sometimes just to let you know, hey, I'm gonna break your leg if you try this on me again. And it looked like it worked because the guy didn't do much after that. But that's just me. Let's see what else we have here at Tebago. You're being sabotaged. I don't know how. If Kukurea haven't left a space between his legs, it was a nice performance. Cannot blame him as everyone was trash in the first half. Harsh, but game of two halves. You could call it a game of two halves, but I've watched it severally. Even I would tell you, I think the only thing you can say that's clouding people's judgment to the extent of calling it a game of two halves was that we conceded first in a manner that a lot of people didn't like. Honestly, I think we actually started well. And I think how we approached the game at the start was just a strategy, not to be too much in the rush to get a goal and then leave ourselves open. He didn't contribute much offensively, but that's true for both fullbacks. Pochettino should consider talking fullbacks into midfield like Arteta does, because otherwise we'll lack numbers in attack at times. Yes, then we need to be, you can say, as cautious as possible. I think he will do that. Let him just take it one by one. I think we have a lot of issues, and I think he's solving the issues gradually, and we'll get to that. That will start happening soon. But if you know Pochettino, that's how actually his fullbacks play. Cowell is not left back, but Poch thinks we don't have better. I think you could argue that. He didn't touch him. How was it? Yeah, I'm saying, my opinion, it wasn't a red. At most a yellow. Kovacic was a red card, yep, and he didn't get one. I don't think it makes sense to compare to Chilwell. I'm not comparing them. I'm just saying I'd pick them. I'd pick him over Ben Chilwell, in my opinion. This season, yet considering I've watched Ben Chilwell a whole season, and I know how he operates. So I'll still take Kukurea over him. But that's just me. I'm not saying Ben Chilwell is a bad player. We're all, if you ask, it depends on who you ask. You ask some people, they will take Ben Chilwell anytime, any day. But in my opinion, I think we're better for Kukurea. Though with Chilwell's constant injury, we will have to make a plan. I think Chelsea will end up signing another left back. Kuku bench riding until injury. Injuries or suspensions, in my opinion. Okay, we'll see. And that's why opinions matter here. Kukurea is one Bissaka. I think he's a better player than one Bissaka. He's a better passer of the ball. Cover should have had 2 red cards in one in a single match. You could argue that. Let's see. Kuku should have had the red. I don't think that was a red. I don't like you for saying this even more. Why are you saying this, Michi? That wasn't a red. Did anyone know why he did that? Did anyone know? Just to probably, I think they were mopping the floor with him at the time. They were turning him inside out. So he needed to do something like that. Players do that, but in my opinion, it wasn't a red. I prefer Kuku over Chilwell as well, especially in this team, in this same setup. Again, that's just my opinion. Let's see, Casado 7.5, 57%. I think it's a well-deserved a rating. 7.5 is a good rating for him. All right, we'll move. Let's do Levi Colwell rating, and that's 7 votes. So not a bad sample size. I think that's a good enough one. Let's see Levi Colwell. Let's do Colwell. Let's see. Okay, 6.5. The fact I'm not gonna say what comes to mind. I don't think Cole did well yesterday, honestly, but I don't blame him. He's been played out of position, and yeah, he didn't have too much space. They pestered him too. Let me just go add an 8 there. Let's see what people picks. But let's say you Jerry, do you agree? 7.5 for Casada? I think I agree. He did well
Yes,
enough to earn that.
I
Yeah.
also gave him 7.5. He had a good game, as we already discussed, tactically how he played. Of course, he can further improve. That is why it is being shown. He had a good game, one of our best players. Of course, Sterling was the man of the match. And then I would say Caicedo had a great game. He was an engineer in the midfield. And when some of the audience asked that why, what I'm expecting more from Caicedo, he's first of all the British record signing, right? And most of the time, I'm the guy, right, who is always saying we are doing good, we are doing great. I'm just saying, I'm not criticizing our audience. We are doing great. Pochettino is doing great. We'll finish in the top four. This is good. Blah blah blah. But when I, let's say, not criticize, but I say when we can further improve, or this player didn't play well, or there are the issues. I'm just saying this is how our fan base is in general reacting now. So I'm the one who is least, who rarely say that players are not playing well or they need to improve, because I have a very positive perspective and I still believe we'll finish in the top four. So for Caicedo, of course, like if fans are saying that this performance is the ceiling, is the gold standard, then I would highly disagree, because if we expect this to be the optimal performance of Caicedo, then no. Of course, he had a good game, and where we see everything looking so great, right? But definitely, if we talk about tactically, of course, and people can argue he's playing in this position, he'll be more optimal. That's fine. But his primary role, and if what he can bring to the team, the Pochettino team, his tactical approach is fluidity, and he can play both in the transition between the attack and defense. He needs to, of course, with the more that we play and the way Pochettino set up his team, he needs to improve on his positioning first of all. And it's not a criticism that, oh, he played a very bad game. No, like there is a tremendous ceiling, as I said, that he can further improve. And again, like if we see the stats, some of the stats are really high in high percentile, and some of the stats are low. So it's inconsistent, right? So of course, when his game will improve, you guys will see like how good he is. He'll be our engineer in the midfield, right? His long passing, his dribbling, and his tackling. This is all very good now, but he is one of the player who is still like 21, right? Who has a magnificent future. He can further develop. So in that regard, and in my the way I have analyzed football over the years, there is no doubt about that. This is just the beginning of a journey, and hopefully, if it all goes in a positive direction, then we'll see Caicedo as being one of the world's best. So, in that context, there is definitely a lot of room for improvement.
Yeah, there is, and I think we understand that. For us, me personally, I do know. Yeah, there's a lot of room for improvement, but my argument is that he's settling in quicker than a lot of people expect. And Michi, I don't like you, so. But please, guys, jokes aside, if you're watching, if you haven't, go check out Michi Boy's YouTube channel. He recently joined the 1,000 subscribers gang, and let's help him get to 2,000 as soon as possible. Well deserved. I know he doesn't stream every day, but whenever he streams, it is quality, and chances are you'll find me there, Roger, or any of the panelists here. We're family here. Thank you, Michi, and we should appreciate Kukurea for even playing a right back. I imagine Chilwell playing right back. Chances are he does well, but we don't know. But Kukurea, I think he did well. Again, let's not go to the extent of you can say argue comparing them. I agree that he's it's waffling. I know you're not gonna. I didn't know that day you caught that. I said I wanted to type the host is waffling as bantering Michi on the panel. So I typed his and sent it, and he caught that. He hasn't stopped saying it ever since. But I like that. Complete the following sentence: amount is to Lampard as Kukurea and Kulubali are to Coachila. That's what you want to say. I know that. Man, the two names you mentioned already, those are the two players I like so much. and can argue, you can say, tell you how good they are for the rest of the show. We need to phase out Silva. We agree. And the way I like to put it is that we need to learn to play without him. And the fact remains, in his absence would be worse off because he doesn't just lead the defensive line. You can say his approach to the game and how you can say he plays on the day, he impacts the way the team as a whole plays. So which means, yeah, we do it like during that game, the moment we scored the third goal, I think the manager should have taken him off and have the Sassi lead, or maybe have have Levi Colwell lead, so we learn to play in its absence. Honestly, I just don't think they were able to move them. Possibly, let's see. There can always be improvements. A 4-1 could have been a 4-0, could have been 6-1, actually could have been 6-0 because yeah, we missed a couple. But the good thing is that out of the three, yeah, just 1 second, out of the three big chances we created, we didn't miss any. So that's you can say that's a good sign. We're starting to put away the big chances because yeah, stats were showing that we were topping in terms of how many big chances we create per game, but we're topping in terms of how many big chances we miss. That topping is made Coachila happy. He was Bobby. Let's hear you. Jersey, you were saying something.
No, I was just trying to clarify. Maybe some of the audience didn't understand when I was talking about the performance. It was not about the score line 4-1 or like it could be 4-0. I was talking about the performance as a whole, as the performance of the players on the field, not about the score line. Of course, the score line is pretty decent. It's fantastic 4-1, right? So the performance, I was talking about the performance that it needs to be further enhanced, right? So my conversation or my analysis was to do with the actual performance of the game, apart taking out the score line. If we see the score line, of course it's good. 4-1 we'll take for now against Burnley. It's pretty good.
Yeah, the performance was good overall. I think I've watched it severally, up to 10 times or even more. And I've cut to times, yeah, it's easy. The fact remains
the roles
at
have
the time
reversed.
because we were. Go ahead, Josie.
The roles have reversed. In this game, I'm trying to find that we could have really done much better, right? And okay, that's great, right? Of course, we had a great game, but when we are talking about certain players, and if some of the fan base is very happy with that, I don't agree with that. That's my point. That this performance should stand out as a benchmark, right, moving forward, because there are areas in this game that we could improve, and if the similar game could have been played against Arsenal or any other team, we could have been exploited. So I'm talking in that regard. Of course, I'm very happy because I probably was the first one before the Brighton game who was optimistic that we'll go and win all the three games. I'm still optimistic after the international break, but we have to improve. There are areas that need to be improved, and that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I understand that quite well. If you're watching, if you're a community member, if you want a birthday shout out for any of your family members or friends, just message me and we'll do that. And then if you're a member, you're entitled to telling us it's your birthday and we'll say happy birthday to you. If you're just one of the community members, but not, again, if you're a chat nerd or any of the membership levels, you want a birthday shout out to a friend or family member, let us know. But if you're also a member of the community, whether you're a member or not, let us know about your birthday so we can celebrate you. You're not adding anything when you say we need to improve or better on the stats. People's stats don't win us at the game. The risk we take in attacking phase is what wins this game. Yeah, but you have every right to say improving on the stats doesn't mean just make the stats better. I think it also makes sense to say make the stats better by putting, if we create 10 chances, we should put away at least 8, 9 of the chances. Then yeah, the stats will become better. So it's still related in some ways. But I get you. I know where you're what you're driving at with that. Not how much extra headers are won in the midfield. Let's see. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 6.5 for who's this? Gallagher, that's 6 votes in total. Let me give it more time. Let's see if that changes. Just to make a God of Frogs happy. For me, Stalin, I'll go 8.5. But I'll still use the poll to see what people think. let me do this. I don't have the final say here. I'll go up 8.5 for him. But let's hear. What would you? How would you rate Starlet's performance on the day? Let's hear you, Jersey.
Yeah, on another day it could be even 9, but because the first half was pretty average and he missed a few chances. His first touches were not that good, but as a whole, of course, when the ratings come, we take into consideration the entire game, and it was really good. So because of the first half, because of some instances, some of the patches where he lacked the efficiency, his first touches were out, were not so effective, were not accurate. So generally, it was a very solid performance. Second half, he completely changed the shape when he won the penalty, and the whole momentum changed. And then he scored the goal, and he was involved in all of the 4 goals. So just because of his performance, or his, let's say, lack of performance in the first half, I would say 8.5, or any other day it could have been an easy 9.
Okay, let's see Gallagher right now. 50% thinks the rating should be 6.5. Let's see what else we have here this year. Can you please subscribe to my YouTube channel? You should put the link. You should put that with the link together so that people will know. Please go check out GFC Gavin's YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't. From Constantine Dante to Chelsea, to everyone in the chat, to JC. If you don't mind, let's support our fellow member here and our brother to help his channel grow even more. And here's the link to his YouTube channel here. He shared it at the very bottom there. Let's go check it out and subscribe to his channel if you don't mind, please. Yeah, let's see the rating of which one is that? Gallagher 6 votes, 6.5 people thinks that. I think 6.5 on the day is a fair rating. He did well. But let's see how you Jerry. See what you make of Gallagher's rating given the poll.
6.5 would be almost would do justice to the rating, because okay, he didn't have the similar game, or the overall pattern and overall contribution in this game was nowhere near the game he had against Fulham, right, where he was man of the match. But overall, it was a decent performance. It was a decent performance on the day, and because of his assist as well. So I'll say it's a fair assessment, 6.5.
Okay, well, if you think that's okay, I'll take that too. How about Stalin? Stalin for me 8.5, but let's see how you Jersey. Have you spoken about him?
Yeah, I just already concurred that 8.5 is great, just because of the first half and few instances that he couldn't perform well. On any other day, it could have been 9, but 8.5 for this game is fair enough.
Yep, just give me 1 second. I'm looking for something here. Quickly, do we have any other person on the panel? Can you talk about Broya? Broya, we were concerned that he was starting the game, and it turns out yeah, we were correct.
Yes.
He shouldn't have started the game, but let's hear you.
Definitely. But after the game, when it was asked by the journalists about the why he started Broya, and if it was predetermined or pre-planned, so Pochettino did confirm that he already had a plan, and he told both of the forwards that they'll share 45 minutes each. So anyhow, I still don't agree with this philosophy, but Broya had a of course, some argument could be that he was not getting enough services, but generally, even though at times when he got the ball, it was a very I would say it was not a good performance at all from Broya, and his because apart from him not getting enough services in the first half, his own positioning was also not there, right? His combination and his link up with the midfield was totally off. So that is why I think he had a very bad game. And of course, when we were talking about forwards and why I think, and most of the people also agree that Jackson suits Pochettino's system, that is why linking up and dropping deep is so important to the way he sets up the team. So Broya's game was totally off. The chances that he had, he couldn't take. There was just one instance where he had the opportunity, and when he had 2 defenders, and when he had the opportunities, he went back and made the back pass. So apart from that, I didn't see enough of him in the first half. So I'll give him a 5. at most.
A 5 for who?
For Broya.
Wow. I think a 5, yeah, a 5 is you can say is the perfect will be the perfect rating for him. And we knew we're not on the day when our argument wasn't that weren't that you can say wasn't that he's a bad player, but we knew that he's still rusty, he's still match rusty and shouldn't have started that game. But it turns out, I think somebody on the panel on the day was correct. The manager, or maybe got a frogs in the chat, or somebody in the chat who argued that the manager probably wanted to give them an half. You can say each of them played 45 minutes each. Turns out that was the case, but I think would have been better off starting with Jackson. Maybe the plan is to, you can say, get Broya up and running by the time Jackson leaves for AFCON. But we'll find out. Please go check out his YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe. Since we are football channel, a shout out to who legend of a footballer Leo Asselin, who lost his life in conflict during the weekend. Sorry to hear his that. May his soul rest in perfect peace. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. I mean, no politics. Yeah, I understand, and yeah, I don't want us to go into that. It was expected from what we've seen from Broya so far. That's why certainly the decision to start him wasted the half. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We could have been better off a start had Jackson started and then bring Broya off, bring him on later on in the second half. But you never know. Good thing is that we won at the end of the day. I thought Broya did well, keeping both the CBs on him to allow Starlin to only deal with one-on-ones. You could say that, but in the end, we did well. But I'm gonna say it was. You can say honestly, no, I don't think he should have started that game, in my opinion. But the good thing is that we won at the end of the day. There's no stats for that, though. So let's see. 8.5. A lot of people can agree. I agree. Stalin deserves an 8.5, honestly, in my opinion. It's a good rating. So let's go to Amanda Broya, and we'll do Jackson too. So let me ask those. Let me hear you, Jerry. You said Broya 5. How about Jackson?
I'll give Jackson a 7 because he scored.
Mm-hmm.
Of course,
he deserves a 7 in my opinion. Yeah, but go ahead with what you were saying.
He was good, but of course he came back after 2 weeks. So initially he was missing some rhythm, and the why I gave him 7 is because he should have or could have scored the move that Mudryk made. So given all of these different aspects of the game, I think 7 is a deserved score. He was good, but again, his pattern and his movement was still not optimal the way he operated against, let's say, Brighton before. So it was a good game in all, but he should have taken that chance later on and should have scored the 5th goal. So that is why I'm giving him 7.
Right in Supreme Court says starting Broya was a mistake. I think we all thought the same on the day. He honestly didn't even have a strong game against Fulham. There were certain situations you'd expect him to persist and try to get to the ball. He gave up, which is a sign that he's still rusty. He's not ready yet. And we didn't understand why the manager had to start him. Maybe that was what needed to get Jackson to do as well as he did in that particular game. I don't know. Fulham even against Fulham, I get it. He scored. It doesn't matter the argument that he was lucky, but at least he was at the right place at the right time. But even during that particular game against Fulham, you could see that he was rusty. He gave up in situations where you expect him to persist and get at the end of the crosses or passes. That showed he was rusty, and the manager still started him. It just didn't make any sort of sense to me. Though I don't blame him for our struggles. No, nobody's blaming him for that. We're just arguing that he shouldn't have started. Chusky, brilliant comment. What Starlin do with disaster class against Arsenal? Constantine Dante thinks that will be the case. Hopefully, I don't know. We see him again, see some measure of consistency, and he does well on the day. Jackson scored, and Link-up play terrific as usual. would have had a tapping in Sterling, just passed to him. Yeah, I think I agree. There was one I expected him to shoot, but he backheeled it to Enzo, and Enzo just a shot straight at the goalkeeper. For me, Broya shouldn't have started that game, in my opinion. And the beautiful game. Much love to you. Big up, coach. Please, can you ask Sterling's biggest fans, biggest fan of Roger to come outside? Biggest critic I know you mean, but much love to you. Nice to see you. I hope you enjoyed your birthday the other day. Nice to see you. The beautiful game is here. So let's see what people are in the chat saying. Who Broya a 5, 6, a whopping 67%. So yeah, you got that correct. It wasn't a good performance by him. I think he was poor on the day. Broya a 5. I'm not shocked. It wasn't nothing anything close to good on the day, and he shouldn't have started. So let's go now for Jackson. Jackson, since the start of the season, he's done everything right. He's set to score as many goals as you can say anything close to how many chances he's had to score goals, unfortunately. But I think that will improve with time. On his day, he's a cool, calm, and collected finisher, as you can see. And yeah, and that finish against Burnley, it was delicious. The confidence, wow, to do that for me, it was just excellent.
And the good thing is that he has scored 2 goals back to back. He was not scoring at all, and now he has scored 2 goals. And because he didn't play against Fulham, so he scored against Brighton and now against Burnley. So that's a very positive and encouraging sign. And hopefully, he can continue from that onwards. His overall play, as we have already discussed in the 8 games so far, has been very good. His link up, dropping deep, connecting with the midfield, trying to track back, recover the ball, moving forward, running, and then and the only attribute, the only thing that is missing is, of course, the most important thing. When he get the chance, when he get the cross, either his positioning is off in the final third, or when he takes the chance, he totally, let's say, bottle it, right? So that is a very encouraging thing to see when he scored 2 goals in a row. And personally, now I have some confidence that moving forward that he can further improve and hopefully start scoring goals regularly for us.
I think he will. His finishes are all excellent on his day. He just needs to be consistent as well. All we're asking of him. I think he's a good player. And for Jackson, how many votes? 7 votes. I think he deserves a 7.5. I think I agree. It wasn't easy. He had 2 players in his before him, and he could have had 2 assists actually. Had it been that those he created the chances for were wasteful. He had 2 players, opposition players in front of him, and he had to do what he had to do, which was you could say just draw the ball to his left and shoot with his left. That was just excellent for me. He did well. Let me see, 7.5 for him. I think I agree. Let's see. N'Golo Dante, much love to you. It was a message from the coach towards Jackson. That may well have been the case. And I hope he works. But he showed some confidence. And boy, that Jackson is actually good on the ball. He did as Zidane in the middle of the pack. Maybe it's a conspiracy theory, but Broya played as a traditional number 9, but all our forwards, I didn't think he operated as a traditional number 9 because he dropped deep too, and have played with false 9 for last 2 years. Also Sterling and Palmer. So we'll find out. Roger Raven on my channel, Fast Sterling. A stark contrast. Because I and Roger, we don't like Sterling that much. We know he can be good, but we've always complained about his consistency. And one thing that has been consistent about Sterling is his dribble success rate. But I would take the sort of performance he showed 2 days ago, anytime, any day, in my opinion. His you say dribble success rate is the least of my concerns. Rogers starting goal for how do you pronounce it? Havinas FC. When you are fickle and flip-flopping, you tend to hold you tend to hold your hands up more than normal. Santiago, my assistant, it's in the chat. He's still ain't a fan. Not yet. He will tell you that He's not. He has to be consistent before Roger changes to becoming a Sterling fan. Santiago pick up, and this is Roger is just being realistic. It's as simple as that, and that's how I see it. Everything he said about Sterling, honestly, he's being truthful and objective as usual. And Sterling needs to be consistent to convince Roger to become a fan. It's as simple as that. So we've done we've done a 7.5. So let's do Palmer. Palmer, my boy. He's another boy I love. What a player. His intelligence, but I think he needs to become stronger, and I think that will come with time. But he looks a bit tired. I don't know how many games he's played. He played on the 20s European competition. Was it under 21 and all that? And they made it to the final and won it. So maybe he's played too many times. Maybe he did a bit of a break, but we'll find out. Palmer, we start with 6.5, a 7, a 7.5, and then let's just add an 8 for the sake of it, and let's see how people's choice. For me, Mudryk, I'll give Mudryk a 6.5 because let me just go with a 6. What do you think about Mudryk? Let's hear you, Mudryk and Palmer. Let's hear you, Jersey.
For Mudryk, like he came in the 83rd minute, so it's so difficult to give anything under 10 minutes or it's difficult. So it's difficult, right?
Let's go with NA from Mudryk.
Yeah, that would be perfect, right?
Yeah, not applicable. Yeah,
I personally don't give ratings for a couple of minutes. It's not fair, I would say.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. So NA for him. Let's go. What else we have here? Roger's opinion changes like the days of the week. Wow, I will tell him everything. Roger needs to work on his defending set piece before he goes the attack. I'm gonna tell him everything you guys are saying. Jackson's link-up play is elite. Honestly, give him credit. He's good on the ball. That's Zidane hidden in the middle of the pack. I liked it. Haaland isn't even in terms of ball playing ability. I think he's better than Haaland. Haaland ball playing ability, I don't trust. He's more of a poacher. Haaland yesterday. Well, it's great. Sterling dances on field to the tune of walk like an Egyptian. Okay, walk like an Egyptian, which gives him Salah vibes. He's a good player. Consistency is all I ask of him. We didn't give him. People had to vote. People had to vote. If it was for me, I think I'd rate him even higher, but it wasn't me. We had about 13 votes at the time, I think, or so, something less. But I think you should see it there. You're a long way from Starbucks. It looks like you like Starbucks a lot. For coffee or for the donuts? Let's hear you. What else do we have here? One more player, Palmer. Let's see. Wow, 40% thinks Palmer deserves an 8. And I think, honestly, 6.5 isn't a bad rating for Gallagher. But I would have given him at least a 7. Let's see. Let's wait for Palmer.
For Palmer, I will say 8. I would not give 8. It's too high. But because he converted the penalty, he made the assist. He had a good game. But of course, it was not the same that he performed before against Brighton and Fulham. Although he didn't create he didn't have any many errors. Sorry, is the word I was trying to use. Or the ball was taken successfully out of him. But because of the overall play, maybe the pattern, because we were mostly attacking from the left, that is why sometimes we see it otherwise. Generally, he had a good game, but some of the you can say passing or some of the decision making was. I'm not again criticizing. Some people try to get the different idea. I'm just saying that it left a little bit to be desired. Let's put it this way. Sometimes maybe I struggle with English being my second language. Maybe I don't able to say exactly what is in my mind, so excuse me if I sometimes do not relate my feelings. So this is the perfect way to say it, that he left a little bit more to be desired. So that is why my rating is 7.5 for him.
Yeah, and just some news here. Maluk Gusto and Axel Disasi have both been called up for the French national team assignment. That's good. As much as it's a good sign, but at the same time, I really don't like the international break. It's been problematic for us. We have too many international, and given that we have an entirely new squad, it's just you can say more of the man hitting the reset button for us starting afresh. But it's a good thing anyway. Gala Goat captain, leader, legend. I'll remove the legend yet, and that's why I don't like you, Michi. I think he's done well. I hope he keeps performing, and if he keeps performing, he has a place in this team. That's how I have to say it. And I think he intentionally added the legends just to wind people up. Go away, Michi, just go. And no, Tiffany Game says, Coach, we cannot let Arsenal take any points of us. They need a real good slapping, and that's just their fans. And unfortunately, I would have loved it. I had it again. I would have loved us. You could say, I just hate the international break. But yeah, well, again, I don't think the progress you could say will regress that much. I think we'll still be nice, and we'll still be okay. We'll be better. We'll be ready for them. Big up, coach. I was happy with Jackson's goal. Palmer is amazing. Gallagher, Palmer for me, the most intelligent player we have within our ranks at this point. We really blessed. I hope you're doing well, my Kenyan bro. How's everybody doing there? Gallagher, I don't like him. He loses possession easily and goes down too easily. Gallagher goes down too easy. Okay, you're entitled to your opinion. When are we gonna do Chelsea's strongest 11? When everyone is fit? Yeah, when everyone is fit, let's do it. We'll do it again. Remember, we had that conversation and we all agreed we will always revisit that. To me, we don't have too many views, 56 likes, and back end, I'm saying 363 views in total. That's not bad as long as we're having fun. That's what matters to me. But Poch, I said to attack Burnley from our left wing, and they followed the instructions. And he was. Yeah. Let's see. Coach Nkunku might have to fight for his place. Do I? Possibly. I think if he comes back, we have an excellent squad, really. Even in the defensive area, I still have not given up on Fafana, and he's a fine player. And just only one regret I have is us sending Dacho Fafana on loan. And look how well he's doing for Union Berlin. For me, I would have been better off keeping him than honestly than what's his name than Amanda Brewer right now. I think they don't differ that much in chances that he could. He's an excellent player. What he did wrong, why we decided to send him out on loan, honestly, coach doesn't know. Chelsea, meet your boy. Much love. Even though I don't like you, I'm just saying much love for the sake of it. But nice to see you, brother, again once more. Do we know who is coming back from injury after this international break? Let's look at that again. Let's look at that one more time before we call it a day. Where is it? Injuries here. There you go. A few days. Reece James will be back late October, possibly Romeo Lavia. But the manager, when he spoke about him the last time, it doesn't look like he's going to rush him back, especially if we have good enough players to still be doing well in the midfield area. I don't think it'd be late October. So maybe he will start full training. Reece James will be back. Chaloba will be back because he said doubtful here, which means a few days. Benoit Chile, Marcus Bettinelli will be back. Christopher Nkunku early November, so about 2 months from now. Next a month from now, so to speak. Benoit Badashile a few days. So yeah. Oh my goodness. So I think we're good. Honestly, I think we'll be fine. But let's see. Not sure why you're not getting many views, coach. Doesn't make sense. It happens every now and then. Here's the thing: the transfer window has shut, and we're not there yet. We have 17,000 plus followers. But let me give you a secret: majority of the subscribers are from YouTube Shorts. A lot of them are from YouTube Shorts, and the views usually drop once the transfer window shuts. So, but we'll get there. We're still growing. We'll still get to a point where whether the transfer window is open or not, we'll still get a lot of views. So, except like our prediction shows, we get a lot of views. Watch alongs, we got 4,000, 4 plus something thousand of views. So it's that's I know the pattern. I understand the pattern quite well. So yeah, don't worry about it. I think we're good. As long as we're having fun, I'm good. Dante, views are low at the moment for everyone. Yep, even the biggest accounts don't get as much views as they usually get. Yep. Kenya is good, brother. Our Chelsea brothers here are afraid of Arsenal after the defeat Man
Coach,
City
I think
yesterday.
I think
Uh,
the win, if we win against Arsenal, like it will get the fans excited, right?
oh yeah.
It will help with the views and the
Yep.
momentum.
Yeah, that's the truth. Fans aren't that you can say excited. They aren't looking again forward to games that much as usual. But yeah, it's understandable. So don't worry about that. So that's a legitimately concerned community member. I like Dacho Fofana too, but he hasn't scored this season yet. I would have rather we kept him than you can say hoping. You can say banking umbrella to be the one. In my opinion, I would have rather us, you could say, remove one midfielder and keep him and have more numbers there. Viewers going to TikTok and Rumble now. That's right. No, 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 no. I don't think so. It's a seasonal thing. And we haven't grown to that aspect where no matter how bad it is, we still have 1,000 plus or 2,000 plus. But that's by the way. For me, it was a good performance. I've watched it more than once, up to 10 times plus, if not up to 12 times, and I've come to the conclusion. Yeah, you could say it was a game of two halves because we played even better in the second half. But the first half, you could say the fact that we conceded first, that fact, you could say, did cloud people's judgment. And even I was judgmental at the time. I wasn't really paying attention that we were doing everything right. We did create some good chances in the first half. But yeah, because we conceded first, that did cloud my judgment at the time. And I was thinking we were playing badly. Coach, it's Mitch's fault. He has 9 live shows a day. When these players come back from injuries, hope and wish they don't go back. So we know what to add in January. I don't think they will. I think a lot of them will stay fit for a while. But would I say again? I shouldn't be saying the same for Rhys James, in my opinion, until proven otherwise. But that's
Coach,
why the way people, it's been an excellent show, and I can now thank you guys enough for finding the time to join the show. And Jerry C, I'm trying to find what you sent to me, your credential, to add it to the description section. Maybe immediately after I end the show, I'll find it. I did see it, but I scrolled past it again. And for last show, I didn't add it, but I'll start from this one. Apologies for that.
no problem, sir.
Yeah, please subscribe and turn on the notification. People also check out Soccer Perspective. Jerry and I planning behind the scenes. Chances are we may well do a Premier League season preview so far and decide who do we think will win the league, where each team will finish. I hope Jerry will be interested in doing that. Yep. If you want to be part of the panelists in that particular channel, we created a group in Soccer Perspective. So follow Soccer Perspective so that we can add you to the panelist group there if you're interested. Please subscribe and turn on the notification on Soccer Perspective. You will not regret it. I appreciate you saying that. And please share Soccer Perspective also on Twitter. Thank you so much. Much love to you, my bro, the Blue Tiff game. Jerry, anything else you want to say so we can call it a day? I now have to help my boy get up and dress for school.
No, thank you so much for the show, for hosting the show. Always for us, it's a great community. We enjoyed so much, and we have, of course, a very diverse opinions, and it's interesting the way we all see the game. And yeah, so the 3 games, I'll just conclude that it's a great feeling. I'm feeling good, and I'm sure most of the fans are feeling really good with this run of form, right? And after the international breaks, all fingers are crossed. It's an exciting time, I would say, and I'm really looking forward to it. Of course, in the coming days, we'll analyze and we'll dig down deep. I'll go in the coming shows leading up to the Arsenal game. We'll have a very in-depth analysis of tactical analysis, and generally, I'm very optimistic because I have researched a lot. I have seen Pochettino and Tottenham for many years, and the way how poorly we started this season, I was of course concerned, but the way we are improving, it shows a tremendous sign, it gives tremendous hope, and definitely the Pochettino does improve the players, and we have proof in front of us. Look at how Conor Gallagher played. I know there are many fans who are not really still positive, or he still doesn't think that Conor Gallagher should start. But just see how Gallagher was under Potter and Lampard, and now only in 8 games, only in 2 months training, how he's doing under Poch. Look at Mudryk and other players. So the players will develop, and I'm sure with time and the injured players coming back, we'll only get better and better. And I'll leave with one thing for the fans to be desired. Okay, we are 10th at the moment, but we are 6 points from top 4. 6 points, 30 games are remaining, and I'm not saying we'll finish top 4. I do believe we'll finish top 4. I'm just saying 6 points is just 2 wins from top 4. So in terms of points table, we are not far. Similarly, United is not far. So it's a matter of few games. Things could go here and there, and I'm very positive, and I really hope we can have the momentum going after the international break. And thank you so much, everyone, for your time.
Yeah, much thanks. Yeah, I found your information. I'm going to add it a bit, but I still have to copy your Twitter link to add it there. So I want to say thank you to everybody. We've come to the natural end of the show. It looks like the people in the chat still wants the microphone. Take care, all. Dante, Coach. You that preview about before the horror runs would do that. That would keep it busy during the international break. About injury concerns, I'm so what you say there with Reece James and Chilwell. They are crucial players, but for the past 3 years, they've been doing the same. Injury prone, they are the ones killing a coach's system. You could argue they've been problematic. It's top 5. And Chelsea, meet your boy. Much love to you. And the Beautiful Game. I want to say thank you to all of you, to the Beautiful Game and the Chelsea, meet your boy. Willie Blessed, my Kenyan bro. And JC, Constantine Dante, Ongolo Tante, once more, the Beautiful Game, because I didn't say it right. Chelsea all the way. Chelsea and JC, where's JC? And Chelsea, meet your boy. Much love to you. And God of Frogs, much love to you. And if I miss your name, apologies. I'm only human. See you guys next time. God bless us all, and bye.